The following presentation does not represent Australian opinion or intellect. We do not speak for any religious order or ethnic minority. We are not political scientists or uni graduates. We're insignificant upper-lower class scum, comparing notes and airing grievances. It's just our opinion. Deal with it.
No way that GST will ever be part of our policy. Never ever. Never ever, it's dead.
If they don't like it, go back to where they're from.
It is a big idea.
You know, we don't need them.
A new world order. By 1990, no Australian child...
Footy starts 3rd of the 11th, 6:10 p.m. 10 past 6 p.m. and onwards. Goes for 10 weeks. $110 a person. Still keen? I go, do we pay up front? He's like, yeah. I go, these cunts are planning a coke orgy on my money. Let's get it done.
Do we get together and like get the rules going, or what do we?
I don't know the rules. No, I don't know the rules. I don't know. Whatever you showed me, I saw on your phone.
The same. I haven't watched it since that.
Yeah. I don't know. I until he mentioned it to me, I had no idea what it was. 3rd of the 11th. And my drugs are wearing off as well. Fucked.
You need the good shit.
No, like, you know what the problem is the antibiotics that I've been taking, they're that, Bombshell, whatever it's called. I think you're not meant to take paracetamol with them, because otherwise they cancel each other out, sort of thing. I think that's why I've been so screwed up. Johnny, you got any experience with Amoxil? Amoxil, that antibiotic for, like, infections and stuff.
I don't really take antibiotics.
Really? I thought you'd be able any chance to get a script from a doctor. You'd be running, man.
Mrs. should just get Panadine Fort, so.
Yeah, well, nah, just because I went and saw the quack again today. Get this one, man. Do you want like the epitome of my struggle, man? Of why I nearly burnt this freaking doctor's down, man. The GP. I went to Clayton, like standards, yeah.
Yep.
And my doctor wasn't there. Like his Thursday's day off or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
Poor bastard works every day of the week, but the day I need him there.
Is that the Asian guy?
No, that's Nick's GP.
Oh.
Dr. Wong?
Dr. Wong?
Yeah, no, mine's Arab.
Wongi's.
Yeah, my guy's
right.
Egyptian.
That's right.
Yeah, so he wasn't there, and all I needed was, because that sinus infection that I've had like 2 weeks, the drugs ran out on Monday, and as soon as I stopped taking them, I just started feeling like it was just kicking back in, because I was still at work. Like I did 4:30 on Monday, and I did a 6 a.m. on Tuesday, or whatever.
And are these the antibiotics that ran out?
They ran out. And then, like, bang, headache started again, teeth pain, like everything, just boom, 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 boom. I'm like, fuck this. So they give me a re-up on the meds just by over the phone. Like, I had to go in and make an appointment, pay another, like, $40.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, standards, yeah. One of them, I called up early in the morning, and one of them's like, oh, don't know if we can do it, but I'll ask the doctor if he can. Called up 2 hours later to see what they said. And then I got the other bird, and she's like, oh, no, we don't do it. We don't do that. Man, I'm not asking for, like, addictive drugs. I'm asking for an antibiotic for it's not like I'm asking for morphine.
Yeah, you've already given it to me. I just want a bit more.
Yeah, like, even the doctor said...
give me some Indone.
Yeah. Like, even the doctor
Some
said...
of those oxys.
Even the doctor said, if you need more, once this is done, come in and grab another re-up. I'm like, all right, sweet. So I went in today, sat down with this GP who's seen me, I think, once, man, like a decade. It's like, what's the problem? I'm like, I had a sinus infection, had this, and that. I just need a re-up on the last drugs that I was thing. He starts examining me again, right? But he's like full, like, I don't know, like not clinical, like he's like...
Remove your shirt.
Yeah, like it was like my uncle just manhandling me, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like if you hurt yourself at like a barbecue, your uncle's like, sort this out.
We're all right.
Yeah, completely, like, are you following any book, man?
Put your arm back in place.
I swear, yeah. Anyway, he's like checking this, checking that, and he starts talking about something completely irrelevant. I'm like, man, I'm just trying to tell him, like, dude, I just need more drugs because the infection hasn't gone away. Like, yeah. Blah, blah. He's asking these random questions. Yeah. And then he said that I've probably got a polyp, like, on the inside of my nose, like my nasal passage, because I know I've got a deviated septum. I go, yeah. It's fucked. I go, my sister's got the same thing. She had a procedure done, like, 2 years ago. I got a referral to a specialist and then paid all that up, and then I just just didn't organise to have whatever elective surgery it was. Yeah. And this guy, I asked this guy, like, okay, so what's involved? He goes, oh, you just need to have the procedure. But he goes, even a GP might be able to do it. You know, just got to organise it. But you will need an anaesthetic, la la la. I'm like, uh-huh. And he goes, do you have private health insurance? I go, no, I don't. He just laughed. he laughed.
The GP's laughing at you.
Dude, the cunt laughed at me. I'm like, do you have private health insurance? I'm like, no, I don't. I'm just like, okay.
What's so funny?
In other words, you're saying, put your pants down.
Dude, that was it. And I said, okay.
You're going to earn this.
So so then what do I do? And he's like, do you know what his words were? He goes, go get private health insurance, and then in 18 months, make a claim for the procedure, and you'll have it done.
Whoa.
That was his advice.
So how much is it going to cost if you don't have private health insurance?
Well, that's the thing. I went to the chemist to go get the antibiotics, and I brought it up with her. I go, because she started saying something about, like, oh, what did you have, this and that. Because I said, yeah, it's my re-up. I've had these drugs before. And we're just talking about it, and I've asked her what she thinks, and she's like, the procedure shouldn't cost more than $500, like $300 to $500, like tops. If you bought private health insurance now, in 18 months, you probably would have spent like
Paid as much as what it
more,
was.
way
There's no
more.
point.
Yeah, way more.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So the doc was just trying to get you to get
Dude.
private health insurance.
Or something.
He said to me, do you have private health insurance? I said, no, and he laughed at me. Is that an answer
What
from
kind
a...
of GP is that?
Is that something a GP should be saying?
No,
to
he'd
you?
be like, okay, so well, these are your options then.
Yeah, what am I? He
Yeah.
actually didn't give me any other options. Like,
Just
he
a
just
laugh.
laughed at me and said, go get private health insurance.
Suck on that.
Yeah. And then, dude, I left angry. I'm like, I didn't learn anything.
I still didn't get your amoxicillin.
What are you meant to say? And I said it to the chemist. I go, you're in the field. I go, do I have a right to name and shame this GP? And she goes, look, from a medical point, I've got to say no. But from a public consumer point, yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Shame that motherfucker, man.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
That's not
That's,
very
that's-
professional
yeah, that was-
enough. It's
Not professional at all.
Look, dude, I have no answers.
so what? Someone goes in there. I've got to amputate my leg, and
Dude, he laughed. I swear to God, he laughed. He's just like, do you have private health insurance? No, I don't.
I was waiting for you to be like, "Fuck you, laughing."
Yeah, I was just staring at him like,
So you said your sister got the operation for
Yeah.
the deviated septum, and was she awesome after that?
I actually don't know. She always complains about something, so I don't know.
Nah,
She-
like,
she
I
had
know
done-
someone that got that done. Like they always had issues with their sinus, and they had it done, and it was just like perfect
Well,
after that.
Leah got it. My sister got it done.
Really?
Yeah, like a year ago.
You alright?
Beautiful. She can breathe properly. Everything.
Yeah.
Dude, I've always had like congestion
Yeah.
in my right side of my nasal passage. Like
Yeah.
always.
No,
done.
she's
But
but
he's like,
rain now, man.
yeah, I go, alright, I go, so what are you telling me? He's like, look, you won't die from this, you could live to 130, without having it done. Having said that, you'll never be able to breathe properly, ever. I said, well, I haven't been able to breathe properly, ever. Like, what's the difference? You're telling me I've got to get private health now to pay for a procedure? Like, fuck off.
No, that's not professional at all, man.
That seems bizarre, dude.
What area is this from? I'm not going to say his name, but what area?
Clayton. Of course. And the worst part is I paid.
Dude, he probably wasn't even a doctor.
It's not a bulk billing. It's
Just a cleaner, just
Dude,
so, you have
pretending.
to pay cash.
yeah.
Ah.
Bulk, it's not a bulk billing thing.
Mate,
Dude, I'm not going to trust.
Go to Wongy, man.
Dude, bulk billing in our area. Is Wong bulk billing?
Yeah, man.
Is he?
Dude, go to Wongy, man. He'll give you anything. He'll give you heroin, man.
We don't
Dude,
promote the use of heroin.
I used to get in there. He'd be like, okay, so what the problem? I'm like, all right, so I've got, I'm not feeling great. You check your chest with the stethoscope, whatever. Like, so how many days you want off? What? I'll give you this, and he's running down the medical certificate saying, I'll give you, looks at me, 3 days. Thanks.
No shit.
Dude, go to Wongy, man.
I've never
but
gone.
He's alright.
Dude, I don't trust the bulk billing shit, man, because they're all hacks.
Yeah, but he'll give you what you need.
But it's the areas.
Yeah, but he'll give you what you need. Like, he won't ask questions. If you go in there for amoxicillin, he'll be like, yeah, sweet, here. Or,
I don't know. This guy's
he's not going to give you, like, morphine or anything, but
This guy's a quack, man. Like, it really, like, left a shit taste in my mouth.
Oh, dude,
like, I
man.
left, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
you need to go to a doctor around your area.
there, in my area.
Yeah,
Have you
Noble.
seen the crack dens in my area?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'll give you anything.
Have you seen the bulk billing GPs
Yeah, man, it's
in that
bad.
area?
Actually,
Like,
I haven't.
overgrown grass.
I can imagine them though.
It's like houses.
Yeah.
They've got the
yeah.
overgrown grass and everything. And
They're the ones in the house fronts.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's just not right.
Yeah, you walk in there, it's like, smells like musky carpet.
I don't know. Did you do GPs, like bulk billing GPs as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
In the gully? What are they like?
But I hardly ever went. Like I haven't been to the doctors much.
Yeah,
at
but
all.
you were like, you said you've been on a cocktail of like vitamins and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Dude, get the doctors
So it
on
was
call.
always- yeah.
They're bulk billing. Get them to come to your house.
How does that work?
You call them up, you get them to come to your house, and they write you a script and everything.
So what do you pay?
Nothing, it's bulk bill. They got the little machine and stuff.
So what do you actually have to pay with bulk bill? Like, there's got to be you got to pay something somewhere.
The only time you have to pay anything is on, like, if you go on a weekend, it's like $20 just like a fee for, like, 'cause it's a
man.
weekend.
Fuck it. Quick, get
But
them to
otherwise,
you.
dude, it's completely just free.
Yeah, man.
Have you ever used them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
My sister has, yeah.
I'm speechless.
Get
And
involved,
then it
man.
is I'm missing out on.
So they expect you to drive to their office and pay them $60. Fuck that.
You know how it works, man? Like, I've mentioned it
I'll
before.
look it up for you.
I've had to pay, you have to pay it in full, and then they refund it on the spot.
What, $27.50?
If you're doing cash, it's another story. You'll get it back, like, at the end of the month, and, like, you got to take it to Medicare and refund it and all that sort of shit. Doctors they come to your house.
Home
Oh,
doctor.
I haven't actually had the home doctor one, but there was one in my house I used to go to.
I love it. 13-SICK. That's the number, right?
Yeah, but what's the call time, man? Like, you call them at 9 in the morning, they rock up at midnight.
they usually come within an hour and a half.
Get fucked.
I swear, man.
Why isn't everyone doing this then?
Because it's not their local doctor. It's not their...
Who cares? When I got an idiot telling me
Yeah.
that I need to get private health, and that's the only
See if
way.
we cover your suburb. What's your postcode?
3174.
Yeah, they cover your suburb.
Got methadone clinics on standby, man. You know what I'm picturing?
Yes,
Mediacom?
your area can be visited.
Do you know what I'm picturing? You know in Pulp Fiction when Uma Thurman ODs and they have to find someone for an adrenaline shot and they find Eric Stoltz and he's in his robe watching cartoons at like 3 in the morning and the phone just the phone just ringing, he's just staring at it like he's trying to eat his cereal. That's who I'd cop. Can you imagine that guy rocking up to my house to like just jab me with something?
So you didn't get a re-script?
No, I got it.
Oh, you got it.
Eventually. I walked out of that joint, went to the Chemist Warehouse, whatever in Clayton, was like chocked to the tits. I'm like, I'm not going through this shit.
Chemist Warehouses,
involved,
man, they're
mate.
always full to the brim. Every time I've been to Chemist Warehouse, it's been packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a script, forget it, man. Last time they told me wait, they said to me it'll be 15, 20 minutes. So I left, went up the street, got a fucking, like a cheesy mayo, roll, yeah. One of them, came back, bought a coffee somewhere, walked back in, waited for like another 20 minutes, man. It was a joke. The hell? Every family should have a GP they know and trust. However, when you need urgent medical care and your GP is closed, 13-SICK, National Home Doctor Service can help.
Yeah, man. Bulk build. Fully bulk build. Yeah, man.
All doctors carry a bag stocked with starter packs of common medications.
Just jumping through his bag.
That's mad.
One bag full of sleeping tablets, okay.
But that's the thing. They've got scripts, so they can write you a script right then there. If you need amoxicillin and stuff,
I don't understand why more people aren't doing this.
because it's...
Yeah, okay, you don't get your GP, but if you've just got, like, say what I've got, and I know
Yeah.
what's wrong with me.
Well, there you go. It's bulk build. Got a Medicare card? Yeah, man. Scan
Yeah.
it. They do that little thing.
Yeah.
Do I have a Medicare card? Oh, no, I think I do.
If you
Yeah,
don't,
but
if you don't, it's easy to get one. You
Yeah.
just
No,
go
no,
in.
I should have one.
I'm guaranteed you've got one.
I go through my IDs.
I will
telling
place
you,
a bet.
I'll call a doctor now. Listen, mate, I wasn't impressed.
Guest.
Get him in the dojo.
We'll get him as a guest today. Listen, this is what happened today, mate. What do you reckon?
Dr. Singh.
Let's see if you can diagnose me without actually getting your stethoscope out. Oh, yeah, dude.
Maybe I can swindle him for a few zannies as well. While he's here.
Dude, do you want to call a doctor on care? I swear.
And it's after hours. It's after 6.
I've got no idea how all that shit works, though.
But
the bulk
just give them a
stuff.
call, right? They'll scan your little machine thing. And that's it.
I don't know. I'm on I was telling this guy before, man. I'm on like a plethora of drugs right now. Again, I had the kids over doing the recordings.
They get
Man.
crumbs on the floor.
No. I didn't give them what did they eat last
Crackers.
week? Oh, they ate tiropitas, the cheese pies. Yeah, we baked some of them up, man. It's all over
Crumbs.
my... Dude, the couch, the
Crumbs between
the
the
rug,
couches.
just the rug, the couch, and because that was on Thursday last week, and Friday I was out all day. I had I was sick, had the funeral, and they came back. I was just busy. Then Saturday, Sunday I worked. Sunday I had 10 minutes between going to this guy's house and finishing work. I came home, sat on my couch for 2 seconds, and I just saw the crumbs. I felt the crumbs under my feet. I said, "Oh, you can't."
That's like my house. You push the couch cheeks aside, and in the middle is just full of crumbs everywhere. So I
I could have said something there. But
there's no point doing it every day. I just wait every
couple of days.
couple of months, and then
Months. The couch is uneven, the cushions are surfing on the actual
Find
couch.
$40 worth of change. You know,
there's no point doing it every day
pack of
because
chips.
just crumbs just come. Yeah.
I don't know, man. These 8-year-olds, they're 8, 9, and 10, I think. I'm not sure.
How many of them were there?
Oh, last week it was 3 of them. This week it was alright. It was 2 of them.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Sit down, shut up. His
No,
glass of
it's
water.
just-
we thirsty.
I was trying to explain it to him. It was because they're third generation Greek Australians.
Yep.
So you got to understand, like, their parents were born here, and even possibly their grandparents may have been, like, later on in the years.
So there's none of that strict.
Yeah, and it's not that. It's like the because it's all in Greek, and they speak in sort of Greeklish in some points as well. Or they may have. It's not like they're reading from the Little Prince, you know, the fairy tale or whatever, and they're reading from that, but they're not really. They've learnt it in Greek, but it's not really like they've learnt what it actually means in some
just
points.
saying
it.
They're just saying
Yeah,
it
yeah.
phonetically because that's what they know. Like, oh, blah blah blah. I'm sitting there like just take after take after take, like just listening to this in my ear, and then like one of them had a cold, so she was like really nasally, and I was like, oh, and then my cousin sort of overstepped her mark and just started like dictating like what was going on in there, like in the studio, and I
You're
was
like,
like,
yeah.
like can we just, and then like started experimenting with shit, like can we like not fuck
Pulls
around
out the
with.
synthesizer.
I'm telling you, yeah, like she started experimenting with
Johnny's
different
favourite
crap.
Dim's vein just starts pulsating
I was
faster
just
and
the
faster.
David Parkin.
Yeah, the David
I
Parkin.
dropped a protein. I don't know if you've ever had protein, man. Protein's good. I got it from USA. Dude, my neighbour, like 2 years ago, gave me.
That's not Panadine Fort, is it?
It's better than Panadine Fort.
How many milligrams of codeine is in that?
More than Panadine Fort. I think it's
because,
like 30 or something.
Yeah, Panadine Fort's 30.
Yeah, I think this is just over that. Because Mesindol's just under Panadine Fort, and I'm pretty sure protein is like just one up.
I sold 2 of my misses the other night. And I haven't had codeine in ages, and fucking knocked me out, dude.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Man, that's all I've been having. I think that's why the antibiotics didn't work either. Because I was explaining to Nick again, if you combine paracetamol with antibiotics, apparently the paracetamol kills off the effect of the antibiotic.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
I don't
put
know.
them in your sandwich?
Dude, I couldn't handle the pain, man. I was just the pain, like in my teeth and stuff. Like, just I can't do it. I needed something.
There's these new tablets out. They're paracetamol and Nurofen.
Yeah. They're called
It's like the Nurofen brand, but it's something else. Like,
It combines.
I thought you couldn't take that together.
Yeah, I don't know, but I've been thinking about trying
Can't
it.
take that together.
I want to try it.
Can
You
you
know what I had
put
on
it
my
in a Panadol?
man.
It's like half paracetamol, half ibuprofen.
Yeah, rubbish. You can't take it together, man. They advise you shouldn't take it together.
Timmy just goes a handful.
Man,
I'll show them.
I remember, like, man, last year when I'd done my back or my shoulder, I can't remember what it was, man. I was going to work, and I was sick as well. I'd be taking, like, what's it called? Like a Mesindol, like a full-strength Mesindol or a protein or a Panadine or something. I'd take 2 Voltaren for the anti-inflams, like on my back and my ankle. And then I'd have something else for the flu, like a
That's
cold
just to
and
get
flu.
out of bed.
Wash it all down with a glass of scotch or something.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just like I've got like a little flask, you know, like the pirate flask,
Just on the side.
Yeah. Like I bet you hear this.
I'm running low.
Yeah, dude, I'm not promoting like it's really irresponsible, but man, what was I meant to do?
No, you got to get it done.
Yeah, I'm crying and
Like,
dying.
get
man.
onto that doctor's on call, man. Like, if you're feeling shit, like, after hours,
Yeah,
get them to come out. It's bulk build, man.
yeah, but there's no like really what I need at that hour is drugs. If
Well, that's-
they haven't got like what I need.
Yeah, but they'll write you a script.
yeah, but who's what chemists are open after?
There are 24-hour
Dude,
chemists.
there's heaps. Chemist Warehouse
I
open
know
till like
there's
10 o'clock
one.
at night.
There's
There
one
used
in
to be one
Hallam that's
Mountain
open
Gate.
till late.
Mountain Gate, there's one.
He's gonna
Are you serious?
He's gonna drive to Mountain Gate.
I'm gonna.
That's a good 40-minute drive. 30-minute drive.
Imagine me driving to Mountain Gate in the middle of the night looking for codeine, just like out of it.
The rock's in the way. He's now beating jumper, Everlast jumper.
Dude, you'd fit in. You'd fit in well.
Drug dealer couture, you know, like black hoodie, black trackies. Yeah, man.
You'd fit in well.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Mountain Gate's just
See?
it's fucked. I don't know, man.
Before we get into anything too specific, I want to ask Johnny something. Right? A couple of weeks ago, about your religious experience.
Oh,
You're gonna do that. This episode is gonna happen.
Yeah, no. People have asked, man.
It's gonna happen. People have asked me as well.
People thought that like you kept talking off off mic. And I'm like, man, I got no idea what he was talking about.
Yeah, no, I definitely wasn't talking off mic. I haven't told you guys anything.
I know,
but-
I don't know
Alright, so
shit.
like you have to say it now, but keep it in
It's
mind.
weird. You know why? Because I was actually going to bring something up about religion as well, man. What's it called? Okay, how about
I think I was
this?
a little bit wasted when I said that, and then
Yeah,
the next
you-
day I was like, "Oh my god, what have I done?"
Well, I haven't forgotten.
And then last week you guys didn't bring it up, and I was like, "Yeah,
Nah,
I dodged
we
it."
had other-
Nice.
we had other shit
I'm on it,
to
mate.
catch
I'm on
up
it. Don't
about.
worry.
Yeah. I'll tell you why, because I actually saw
Look at him.
this.
He's like, shit.
Look, man.
Just run and just hear the car.
no. If you
Smoke
look,
some up in
you,
bunch.
you say whatever the hell you want to
Nah,
say
look,
within
no.
reason, but I'll tell you what, like, know what? How would you? Okay, what would you describe our? Like, I mean, if you talk about our political leanings, right? We have no political leanings. We're just common sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty much down the middle.
Yeah. Right. I mean,
Anarchy.
Yeah, I agree.
anarchy. Like the riot shields just on flames, just throwing bottles.
Yeah, boy.
I don't know, because someone had asked me. I don't remember who it was, but someone had asked me about the podcast. Oh, what do you guys do? What do you talk about? What's your stance? This is all that sort of shit. And I said, yeah, it's the quest for common sense, you know? Because we're not completely liberal where you're taking transgender kids to get the snip at, 4 years old. And we're not communists or anything like that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're not homophobes and we're not religious zealots.
I'd say we're kind of normal.
Yeah.
In a way.
No. Yeah,
But it's just what we perceive as normal.
Yeah. What we
Which is
perceive as
normal.
Which is normal.
We're right.
which is going by common sense, yeah?
Yeah.
I was, I can't remember what I was reading about two things, that popped up. One was, there's an Instagram account called Humans in New York. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I follow those guys on Facebook
Yeah.
as well.
The guy,
It's pretty cool.
They do portraits and stuff of just common New Yorkers.
Stories
and they've all got,
and-
everyone's got a story. So like this photographer will just and it's not just isolated to New York. They'll go over, they've gone like to Iraq.
Yeah.
Did one that was all Middle Eastern, like through war
He's
regions.
actually released a book.
So it's just a portrait and then their story,
They take
like a little caption of their story.
half a dozen, up to a dozen portraits of like the one individual, and just get their story in
It's really
couple pages.
It's actually interesting because it's
Yeah.
like real people. It's
Dude.
not like Trump
Yeah, none
and
of
all
this
this kind of
celebrity
shit.
shit.
Nah.
One came
Common
up,
man.
and it was some woman, and this is like, I'll read you out like what she actually says,
Story time.
Story time. No, it was
I need
pretty
the
sad. But get this, a few months ago, my friend drowned in a swimming pool while I was with him. We were just hanging out. I was cooking for us. Then I stepped away to take a phone call. When I came back, he was face down at the bottom of the pool. I was only gone for a few minutes. I don't know what happened. He never told me he couldn't swim. I tried CPR and he was still alive when the ambulance came. I prayed so hard. I called everyone I knew and asked them to pray. I called prayer lines. Everyone prayed for him at church. I was hoping that everything would be okay and that this could just be part of my testimony. I was hoping I could say I dedicated my life to God and here's what happened. But my friend passed away. He's actually been dead the entire time I was praying. He'd actually been dead. It's been so confusing for me because right before this happened, right before this happened, I'd been feeling so close to God. I was volunteering at church. I was going to midweek services. I was reading books. I was giving more of my money. I was partying less and I was trying to stay positive and be mindful and use less bad words. And I felt so close to God. I'd have conversations with him while standing on the subway platform. Hang on. Next page. Oh yeah, but it's been hard lately. It's hard to read my Bible verses. I'm scared to ask for everything. I say thank you when I wake up every morning, but anything beyond that is very difficult. I was just like, fuck.
It's questioning the faith.
Questioning. Dude, your mate dies in a swimming pool, right? You bring him back with CPR, which is probably like the smartest thing you could have done, yeah? Like, and that's, you didn't stand there and pray. You just did what had to be done. And then you put out the red alert for everyone to pray on this guy's behalf, and he carks it. Yeah? Now, if you'd be questioning, I'd be doing more than questioning my faith, man, after some shit like that. Especially after she's gone off into, saying that she'd felt especially close to God at a time like that.
Yeah.
We actually have, and that's what, someone had asked me as well, what do you guys discuss or whatever. We actually haven't put forward a religious standing on where we come from as three individuals, but it's pretty, you could get, if you listen to every episode, you'd probably get, an idea of where we stand or whatever. Because, I mean, dude, you got a cross tat on your arm.
Yeah.
When'd you get that?
I was 18.
You were 18. Were you in high school? No. Well, that was the other one.
That was the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were 18, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only religious thing that I've got is the thing on my back, and that's just that's a broad thing. It's not even the religious sense, the connotation to it.
And I didn't really get it for a religious purpose, as in, because I've got my family's names on there.
Yeah.
Which I'm getting lasered off. Because I'm getting it retatted.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My biggest pet peeve, a lot of the things that piss me off, man, one thing on top of that list is it's all part of God's plan. God works in mysterious ways. That's the justification for any of that sort of shit. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I was reading about that, and then I read about this, man. This is disgusting, and this really pissed me off, man. I lost my shit.
Someone's comment.
No. Nothing to do with Comet. This is something that was going on in the Philippines.
Ah.
Yeah? You guys will love this one. 53-year-old Australian accused of torture and murder of children for his own sexual gratification. His alleged crimes are so bad that authorities are considering reintroducing the death penalty to execute him. This Aussie guy, Peter Gerard Scully, father of two from Melbourne, is in a Philippine prison charged with some of the vilest acts known to humanity. This guy, was kidnapping kids, basically making snuff films, man, and then selling them online. How fucked up is that? Yeah, shocking details can be revealed about the 5-year-old girl who he hung upside down, raped, tortured. There was a couple of 11-year-olds that he killed. Some, 2 girls, and he had, 2 other women that were helping him do it all, or whatever. Then he was, there was 2 other girls that he violated, had them dig their own graves, while pausing to, abuse them.
That's a fucking monster.
Literally, the worst kind.
It says here that he made children dig their own grave.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Used hot wax, lighter, barbed wire, all this sort of shit, yeah? Now, he's in the Philippines, right? And we know that Duterte's been losing his shit about the drug dealers, yeah? And they're all going off at him. This is what got me, right? Where are all the bleeding hearts?
Those kids.
All the bleeding hearts that are going to fight to have this guy brought back to Australia so they avoid the death penalty.
Oh.
Think about it like that.
We'll deal with him. We'll,
remember when the Bali Nine or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah? And they went up in arms. They don't deserve to die. Yeah, and they fought people dying in Doveton, but they fought hammer and tooth to get these 2 guys off the death sentence.
Yeah.
To bring him back here. Dude, this guy's in the Philippines. They're going to fight to bring him back, or is drugs another form of crime? Philippines is a strictly Catholic country, man. And they want to reintroduce the death penalty just to deal out some punishment because they feel like this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Strict Catholic country, man.
And they don't play over there, man. There's no games over there.
Do you know what I mean? This is a Catholic country that wants to reintroduce the death penalty because they feel that this guy's just that fucking depraved, where it's we've got to deal with this. We can't let this guy...
See, death penalty is too easy for that guy.
Yeah, this guy needs to be tortured.
Yeah, torture, then death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I'm hang on, why aren't they making it... I questioned it. Why aren't they making some sort of fucking case? Why aren't our diplomats over there now saying, bring him back to Australia?
Roman Bishop, she was at the front saying, bring our boys back here because...
Have you heard about this case?
No.
No, I haven't.
Has anyone heard about it?
No.
Is that wrong?
That's disgusting, man.
Fucked up.
How fucked up is that?
That's
No one fucking knows shit about this guy. And he was making snuff films, man, selling them online. It was called,
And he's got kids of his own.
Yeah, he's got 2 kids. That's the other thing. I forgot about that. He's got a porn company called No Fun with No Limits or some shit, No Limit Fun, NLF. God. Yeah. Made him dig their own graves and stupid shit, man. Bad. Disgusting. No one's heard about it. No one's heard about it. It's okay, well, why aren't they making a case to bring this guy back here and try him here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't deal with,
Yeah, what's the difference between this guy and the drug traffickers? I don't know. I'm just a point of discussion.
You're a criminal. I mean, I'm sorry.
And then I just thought about it. Dude, like I said before, man. So God works in mysterious ways. It's all part of God's plan. Blah blah blah. That's a cop out of a fucking excuse.
Yeah, I was going to say that before. Big time cop out.
Because I thought about what else? This is what came up. This is what got me thinking. Reminded me about it all over again. Today, what's his name? Or was it today? No, yesterday. Phil Walsh's son.
Yeah, got not guilty.
Not guilty.
Oh, was that the Adelaide?
Yeah, the Adelaide coach
not
died.
guilty.
Yeah,
he got was it mental
incompetence?
Yeah,
he was found not guilty of murder by reason of mental incompetence.
He'll never come out anyway. But the fact is, not guilty.
No. What are you talking about? He'll never come out. Do you know what they said? They said he'll be.
You reckon,
dude? I'm not even joking. Hang on, man. I'll pull it up.
They cannot be serious.
Yeah. I'll read you the actual.
So he stabbed his father to death.
Nah, This is what irritated me, man. When I saw it, I was like, nah, man.
That's not right.
Nah.
That's not right.
Nah,
That's not right.
How old was the kid again?
He's 22.
He's young. He's not.
He's
He's in his
adult.
20s. In his 20 sometime.
Yeah. This is what it says. This is what
yeah.
fucking annoyed me. That's why I thumbnailed it, man. Hang on.
That's ridiculous.
Justice Ann Bampton. I find he was suffering from a psychotic episode as a result of schizophrenia, which at the time of the conduct was undiagnosed. He was not intoxicated by any drugs at the time of the stabbing, blah, blah, blah. She ordered Walsh to be subject to mental health supervision for life, and is likely he'll be detained for some time at Adelaide Secure Mental Health Facility. Subject to mental health supervision. That's not imprisonment or like detainment. Like
He'll just be in a room. He'll
they'll just be aware of him. Guy stabbed his father to death.
like 12 times.
Yeah.
He stabbed him like it was a.
Saying that God works in mysterious ways is a cop-out the same
Yeah.
way he's mentally unstable with an undiagnosed case of schizophrenia.
I mean, was the
Get the fuck outta
schizophrenia
here, dude.
was the schizophrenia there? I mean, throughout his childhood.
Did
or
he just have a
teens?
sudden bout of
Yeah.
schizophrenia?
Yeah.
Just came on all of a sudden.
Like
boom.
no one, and he wasn't intoxicated with drugs.
Yeah,
Like to me, that's a cop-out,
that's
man.
a big cop out, man. Are you serious?
How fucked up is that?
There, no.
I don't know.
But
Fucked
yeah,
up, dude.
it's- yeah, I'm.
I don't,
I'm not part of the Bible Belt or anything like that. So,
dude.
I'm
Like,
it's
like-
different having faith and different being religious. I reckon it's two different things. Like when someone has faith, they can be spiritual in their own kind of.
yeah, you can have faith in anything.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, like I've got faith in like the AFL, and the Carlton Football Club.
I don't
Yeah.
have faith in the Carlton Football Club. What do you out of your mind?
But see, that's the blindness that I see. That's my religion.
What are you out of your mind?
are you, nuts?
I lost faith a long time ago.
Once
man.
Parkin left,
We're fucked.
once Parko left,
Yeah,
it was
man. So we're waiting for the Saviour to return, man. No
Bolton.
chance. No chance.
Bolton's our boy.
Yeah, but like, you know, I mean, we're Greeks, yeah. So like, we grew up, you know, being Greek Orthodox or whatever, and having that shit slammed down our throats. Like, man, I remember some of the like, just the blind faith shit that I got told at Greek school, man. Even at Greek school, I was like 8, 9 years old. I'd be staring at these teachers like, you can't say to your minds, like creationists, man.
I remember, dude, whenever I used to question anything that they didn't have an answer for, it was always just, it's God's plan and He
God's
knows.
way
He, like, you can't understand, like, God's reasonings behind things because you're just a human, like...
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that was the answer I'd get, and
Yeah.
it always just confused the fuck out of me. Like, what do you mean? Like,
Wouldn't it
should be more
infuriate
clear.
you?
Yeah,
It'd infuriate you.
yeah.
Oh, God. That's just me.
I wouldn't be happy.
No.
I used to just be like, okay, I didn't
You
get
know
my
what,
answer, but...
I'm sorry, but I deserve answers. Like, I think we deserve answers on some point. I hate that shit where it's like, you know, the answers will come, just have fucking blind faith. It's like, no, fuck you. Like you said, like, yeah, like, what's it called? Like like, why is that psychopath in the Philippines allowed to destroy, how many lives would he, just by torturing and abusing and killing one girl in the Philippines, how many lives would he have affected directly just from that one attack?
Mate,
Think about it.
Lots.
family,
Right?
friends,
Like,
the village.
just think about her initial family.
Yeah, but you're fucking people's minds for life.
Yeah.
Like, for
think
life.
about that initial that victim and her family, right? Then think about all the psychos that would have downloaded the video of him selling it online.
Exactly.
That would have gone wildfire through like the pedophile rinks and all that sort of shit. And that's, dude, we're talking about one lunatic out of millions.
Yep. Just
Right?
one dude.
And we're gonna, like, yeah, it's part of the plan. What fucking plan?
Nice plan.
Yeah, good plan. These people are going to be traumatized, like whatever little years they have left on this planet, they're going to be fucking scarred.
Yeah.
They've got to carry it. It's part of the plan.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, no.
This guy's absolutely
out.
disgusting.
Who? The
I'm
dude.
just reading through some of this
What is
shit.
it, Peter Scully?
Yeah, Peter Gerard Scully.
How old's the guy?
He was born in 64, so he's what, 51 or something? 52.
Yeah, something like that. One of my mates made a good call because we were talking about this sort of shit like ages ago, yeah. And she was raised in like a militant Catholic family, right? Militant Catholic family, and it's pretty funny because like she's Eurasian.
Militant just meaning very strict.
Yeah,
right?
like big time, right? She's Eurasian, and her Asian side is Indonesian, and like most of the family on that side is all Muslim. So she grew up like in a militant Catholic
Poor
family.
girl.
Yeah, but when she'd go to Indonesia to see her family, she'd be like there for Ramadan and shit.
Yeah.
Like, she's a really funny girl. But she said something like, like we were talking about like the blind faith and like giving yourself and like giving yourself up to like, you know, God's will and that sort of shit. And she's like, I'm sorry, but have we met? Like, no. You're asking me to sacrifice my all. As far as I'm concerned, I don't even know you fucking exist. Like, there's some sign, like something.
Just something.
Anything. Dude, if we sat here and the fucking wall started, like, levitating and we were, anything, I would be converted and I would fucking, like, You know, plays Allah like so. Dude, I would shave my head, put on a like whatever you want me to do. Sikhism, like whatever. Like if Shiva lifted the roof off this fucking like building, I'd be like, done. That's it. That's all I need.
Moving to India.
Yeah.
That's all I need. But you can't tell me that the what's the word I'm looking for? You can't tell me the existence of evil is everywhere because we see it, and that's the proof that we need. Like, get fucked. That's bad.
Yeah,
Where's the good?
Yeah.
Where's the good? Because every person is fundamentally good by default.
These people that say it's God's way, have they visited the children's hospitals?
Yeah.
Have they visited, like, the homeless kids?
Yeah.
Orphans?
What's the excuse?
Have they visited...
Yeah.
Have they? Like, I'm just throwing it out there. Do you reckon they have? I don't think so.
Probably not.
My big
It's
thing...
God's way, is it? When you see, like, a little 5-year-old dying of leukemia or something?
When you see a baby born into life through no fault of its own... With
a disability.
With some sort of like debilitating disability or disease that's going to make sure it's going to have a painful existence
Is that God's way?
Up to 8 months and then dead, right? And I fucking hate hearing, well, it's something that someone did a long time ago. Get fucked.
No.
So we have the ability, like if God is almighty, all-seeing, all-powerful, and he has the ability to make control everything, yeah? But he just chooses to fuck with us and put us through a ringer for what?
Yeah.
Like... It's disgusting. Like it's
dude. I thought about it like so. I have a kid, and like I love her so much, and I would never like. I don't know, like.
No, what?
How do I explain it? Just me having a kid and the amount of love I have for her. Like I never want anything bad to happen to her.
Yeah.
But
so if we're all God's children,
and
why
we're getting just slaughtered and massacred and raped and killed every single day.
Yeah. If the power to actually stop that exists,
Because it's God's way.
What's he waiting for?
I said it to my mum.
What is he waiting for?
Dude, I had this conversation with my mum ages ago, and I said to her, I don't let my friends fuck with me. Why the fuck would I let like anyone fuck with me like on a greater level? Like, why is my soul, you know, up for why is it on why is it a piece of negotiable like bartering tool? Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let him suffer for a bit longer.
Yeah.
He isn't devout enough.
Yeah.
And then like, man, I don't know if I've told you. I've probably told Nick, or at least he might remember it. Man, 2013 for me was like a big year because I had like a lot of close family friends pass away. Like it was sort of a year, like, you know, as you get older, like, you know, people pass away, and then like, you know, you might have like your grandmother pass away or something, where it's like the first sort of people that are actually significant in your life. Yeah, because I mean, like I had relatives pass away in Greece, but it's like, man, I didn't know them. 2013 span of like 6 weeks, maybe 6 to 8 weeks was when I'd done my back. On my wrist, sorry. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 people pass away in Australia that all had been significant things, like my uncle in Mildura, like just, you know, they were there. They were prominent people, like in my upbringing, you know what I mean? So it actually hit home, like it was close to home. Yeah? The interesting thing is all these 4 people, man, they were all devout. They were all devout, like they're all Greek Orthodox, just stupid Greek Orthodox, man. Hardcore. They all did a lot of volunteer work. They all put money back into like the actual church. They all attended like religiously, like, you know. And they all suffered really painful, like the last like 3 to 5 years of existence or whatever, man, was like fucked up. They all had cancer. They all died of cancer.
Yeah.
All of them. Every one of them.
And painfully.
Yeah.
And
I said, these people didn't do shit. They didn't do anything to deserve that, man.
Existence.
They lived
they loved their families.
Yeah,
they
were family orientated. Didn't do drugs. They were part of their communities.
Didn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, but they had to suffer through the last, you know, the last ride. Like, what are they fucking? Look, where? Give me a thing. Oh, it's part of God's plan. Go fuck yourself.
Just wanted them to suffer at the end.
Dude, that for me, that's unacceptable, man.
Yeah.
You need a reason.
I need something.
Yeah.
The other thing I've always thought with religion is like, so every culture has their set ways that they blindly follow, and it's according to them that is the truth, like that's the right way. So how can one culture just say we have the right way?
Oh, how did they come up with it? And
yeah, like how does just one culture have the right way and all these other people are just wrong? And like
the same way we think Carlton is the only way to go.
Just someone said convert to Essendon, I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah, but dude,
like there are so many cultures, so many different religions. Like, just that alone should tell you that.
If you look at the fundamental of every major religion, the key fucking moral is exactly the same. Treat others as you would have them treat you. That's the basis.
And somewhere along there, they lost their way.
Yeah.
And factions.
Yeah, factions, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, I said it from years ago, like 10 years ago when I first started doing all this shit. I said that religion was the ultimate form of power in order to divide and control people. You just create factions and fear. And
Oh, look at the Middle East.
Yeah,
Fucking
dude.
Working a treat.
yeah, man.
If you want to talk about division, oh my god.
Exactly. And fundamentally, it's all based on the same fucking principle. But that's what it is. Like, every religion, fundamentally, is based on the same fucking principle. Treat others as you would have them treat you. So then why is there all this division? And no, you're fucked. We don't eat meat on fucking Fridays. We don't have oil on wet. Like, you're fucked, man. Like, but that's enough to kill someone over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not like just live and let live.
It's the food chain, man.
Yeah.
It's the food chain.
Have you guys heard of Hillsong?
I went to Hillsong.
Yeah, so Hillsong, alright. Justin Bieber was there last year.
Yeah, man.
Wearing a Marilyn Manson Antichrist t-shirt.
Yeah.
Which is funny, but whatever. My missus told me, like, it came out the other day that the guy who started it, so there's a guy running it now, his dad.
Yeah, his dad
like
was up for sex offenders, He was up for sex offences.
Like, fuck me, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
oh
Dude,
my god.
In South Melbourne, right? Let me look this up for you. We've got this like a little church thing. They've bought out like a whole building, right? They're from America. They're from the States, called Planet Shakers. All right?
I think, yeah.
Planet Shakers? that's news to me.
Man,
New Age.
Seriously, it is. It's like a
Pentecostal
new
shit.
age. Yeah,
Dude.
You're right. Pentecostal.
Dude, I went to Hillsong with a devout, well, she's Pentecostal, obviously, right? She's Arab as well. And I just wanted to see it because I'd never been, you know what I mean? Like, one thing I do like doing is going to, like, religious institutions. Like, man, I went to the Church of Scientology. When I was in Rome, I went to the Vatican. Like, I went to the St. Peter's Basilica. I sat in for it. Like, I want to see it. Just
Yeah.
on a
Sure.
cultural thing.
Yeah,
I just
sure.
want to see how it all works.
Yep.
Yeah? I'd never been to, like, a Pentecostal church, so I went. I think I might have mentioned it on a podcast, like, really, really early. I was, like, gobsmacked. I was standing there, man. There was just these troops of people. There was like a rock band on stage just singing like Christian rock.
Power chorus.
Yeah.
These guys have got a band called Planet Shakers, and they've released albums.
Dude, and I was really lucky apparently that day. I was really lucky because there was they were doing baptisms. They just had like a kiddie pool. Just a kid pool, man. A kid pool. They were fucking just dunking people in. Everyone's like cheering. Yeah. They were just doing that shit.
You're saved.
During like the prayers and stuff, everyone's like closing their eyes and like they've got their arms in the air, like testifying. Like I was like, man, blind faith at work. Like I was gobsmacked.
Like I'm happy for people to believe in what they want.
Yeah.
Because it's their life.
And you know what, man?
But don't feed it.
I'll tell you what,
like
it might sound like I'm hanging it on hillside, right? But Hillside. Yeah.
Hillside,
but I'll tell you what, it had a positive energy. Dude, you've never been to a Greek church, man. You need to go to a Greek church.
Seriously, you walk in, you just feel like, oh my god.
Dude, it's just
depressing.
Black. It's black, and you just listen to the priest just talk about how you're fucked. They're not doing enough.
That's the church.
That's Sunday sermon, man.
Sounds
Like,
right.
you think Catholic guilt has got nothing on Greek Orthodox
Nah,
guilt,
man.
man.
Yeah.
Nah, they don't know.
how we're all sinners.
We are fucked.
You're sinning right now.
Yeah.
Sinner!
Unclean.
Dead set.
The unclean,
Dead
man.
set, man. You do not know guilt like the Greek Orthodox way, man. They
hang it on
invented guilt. Dude, they invented democracy, so they had to invent guilt. Like there was no way it was going to happen. It's fucked. Yeah. But like, man, like all the Hillsong and shit like that. Like, man, the creationists. Have you ever read into creationism? Dude, you would love creationism. Look it up. Look it up right now. Look up creationism. You'll die. You will fucking die. All right?
Chat amongst yourselves.
Yeah. Like, man, I went through a really big thing about 3-4 years ago, man. It was more or less probably when I was just moving into my place. I just got onto, like, the religious bandwagon. I was just, like, reading about everything. Yeah. My big problem, because people, like, what's his name? Is it Bill Moore? He's a comedian, social commentator in the States. He's always done things with like Jon Stewart and stuff
Bill
like
Maher.
that. Yeah, Bill Moore. He's always arguing with what's the other that really fucking what's his name?
Paulie
The Bill
Robbins.
O'Reilly factor.
Yeah.
He always used to like argue with Bill O'Reilly and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he said in one of his like monologues, he said something like, but Bill, why are you always like hating, like, can't you just let people just believe what they want? Like, it doesn't hurt anyone. And he just makes his face like, what?
It doesn't
So,
hurt
like,
anyone.
fatwas and, exorcisms and like all this shit. He just named like a whole list of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what, man?
He's actually got a documentary, that guy.
Yeah,
called Religion. What is it?
Religulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is pretty interesting.
I've got it. Dude, I actually bought it. I
yeah.
bought it I downloaded it and then I bought a copy for my dad.
Yeah.
Religulous. It's actually really good.
Yeah, I watched it.
Dude.
This is a pretty cool, the creationism.
Nick's converted already.
Really?
I see the light!
What do you
No, I haven't read much. I'm just having a look at it, but I'm going to look more into it.
Okay, here. Religion does no harm. Bill Maher reflects. Yeah? Or Bill Maher, however you like pronounce it. Dude, listen to this shit. You guys will die. This is actually really
Just
good.
let me
Check this out.
answer a couple of the criticisms that were leveled at me for making this Insomnia, because I think they were bullshit. And the first one was, oh, Bill, you're such a meanie. Why do you have to go after religion? It gives people comfort. It doesn't hurt anything. Okay, well, other than most wars, the Crusades, the Inquisition, 9/11, arranged marriages to minors, blowing up girls' schools, the suppression of women and homosexuals, fatwas, ethnic cleansing, honor rape, human sacrifice, burning witches, suicide bombings, condoning slavery, and the systematic fucking of children. There's a few little things that I have a problem with. So,
Bad, huh?
He's right.
Yeah, man.
okay, again, not a rally, and I see people in the front row like, fuck you, Bill Maher. When my wife dragged me to this show, I expected a little something different. A sweater vest in 2010. Let me guess, Republican? But anyway. But I think I know the reason that the God who doesn't exist put me on earth. I do. I think it's to make that connection for people who say it doesn't do any harm. So let me give you some practical examples, okay? Number one, the Pope, who I love. I'm not knocking the Pope. He's a fantastic Catholic celebrity. He is. The Pope. This is true. The Pope has a Facebook page. That's true. I'm not making that up. The creepy thing is under relationship status, he put it's complicated. That's the creepy thing. But the Pope last year went to Africa for a reunion with Rommel. No. It's just a joke. Again, I'm not after... No, it's a joke. I see the thing. I'm not after the Pope. By the same token, when it's the Pope, I don't pause to make a joke. Okay, he's just a man. He puts his dress on one leg at a time, like everybody else. He's not holier than us because he, wears a costume. I could buy a pointy hat. I just don't. Okay. But I'm not mad at the Pope for that. He wasn't a Nazi. But what I'm mad at him for is going to the continent most ravaged by AIDS and telling them they couldn't use condoms. So don't tell me religion doesn't do any actual harm. All right,
Right there.
not a
That's
rally.
your point.
Thank
Bang.
you. Not a
That's
rally.
it. That was the first point, man, that he makes. That's the truth. Africa's fucked, man.
Dude, AIDS, diseases, everything.
Yeah.
And don't use condoms.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you
He
serious?
wants the population just to kill each other off.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that was a cool little clip.
Yeah, bad, man. Bill Maher, man. His religious thing is something that you all should say. It's really fucking good. Really good.
But it's common sense. It's common sense.
How can you argue? That's what gets me. It's like, how can you fucking argue with that?
Yeah. It's common sense.
Yeah. Dude, what's creationism?
Yeah, it's pretty... I just...
Look into it. You'll die. Because I brought it up with the girl from Hillsong. And I'm like, hang on a second. Okay, do you look into creationism? She's like, yeah. I'm like, uh-huh. Like, my whole tone just changed, man. Like, because once you hear creationism, it's just another level, man.
So, creationism is the religious belief that the universe and life originated from specific acts of divine creation, as opposed to the scientific conclusion that they came about through natural processes.
Yeah, so it's not evolution, it's God.
There is no evolution. And another thing is that like all the species of man, like, you know, that they're all just a test, you know, a test of faith. Dinosaurs,
Yep.
man and dinosaur lived amongst each other. Like, are you serious?
T-Rex would have fucked shit up.
Like that movie BC, what was it called? Something BC?
10,000 BC?
Was it 10,000? 10,000
Jack
BC?
Black.
No, that's year one.
That's you. No, I think it's 10,000
10,000
BC.
BC.
And they had like woolly mammoths and dinosaurs, and they said it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possible.
Yeah. But, yeah, creationists believe that all that, like, they just lived side by side.
I was just thinking about this whole thing, like, not that long ago. Like, I don't know if, like, I'm pretty dumb, but whatever. Like,
What do you mean?
like the whole premise of religion, so Satan turned on God. Whatever,
Yeah.
right? But the thing is, right, God made evil in things. Because
Yeah.
he's the creator of everything.
Oh, but not for the bad things. And
he,
then
he
some
made, he
people
made
argue-
everything. It was just God. He made everything. So he made evil.
And snowballed.
Nah, sometimes, see, that's the thing. One argument to that is that you need evil in order to balance it out. Because you have to have a balance. No, you don't. Just program us to not be bad. So isn't that, I'll go, well, hang on.
Yeah,
So does
I've
that mean,
actu- yeah.
so what happens in heaven? Like, I've brought this up as well. Like, so heaven is then what? Are there bad people in heaven?
Yeah.
As in, like, not hell, but just the castaways of
Do
heaven.
people get jumped?
Yeah.
Like, for their
But
wallets?
then people will argue about heaven is just an interpretation of what you want it to be, sort of thing, and blah blah blah. Like, man, you can create any tangent. Like, you can go,
Because what you just said, you said, why didn't he just program us to be,
Yeah.
like, have no evil? And I've actually said that to someone once who's really religious, and their thing was, it wouldn't be fair. Like, he wanted it to be fair. He wanted us to have free will.
so how is it fair that kids like are born with AIDS?
Yeah, I don't know.
How's it fair that this
And you know
guy
what?
is murdering
And I'm not
and
talking
raping
about-
children?
Because his thing was like, God didn't want us to be like robots. He wanted us to have our own free will, right?
Yeah.
But I thought about it afterwards, and I'm like, maybe that wouldn't be the best way. Maybe we should just have love in us and not evil.
Well, the churches are trying to program us to be like robots and follow blindly.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
what's the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My big thing about free will was, how can you question my ability to free will? Like, if God gave me the power to think laterally and liberally and be innovative, and
Then why do I so blindly
then
need
why
to follow?
am I meant to
Yeah.
completely question something that I cannot fucking prove? I do not have a fucking shred of proof of.
Why make us so inquisitive and
Yeah.
wondering
Yeah.
when we're not allowed to be?
I can be inquisitive enough to fight cancers that were apparently, that ultimately were created by God.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he wants us to be that inquisitive to come up with cures and cure poverty and disease that he apparently would have created at some point. Mm-hmm. How does that fucking work?
That does not make sense to me.
My big thing as well was, like, the devil, right, was a fallen angel. Yeah? So he was a fallen angel.
Yeah, apparently.
So, hang on. If the power of the devil is around us, shouldn't God be able to just, like, control that? Or, like, is an angel, a fallen angel, strong enough to fuck with him? Like, beyond his control? Like, what the fuck am I going to follow you, dickhead? Like, you're getting fucking pushed around by one of your fallen? Well, what does that say about you? Like, I know where I'm going.
Just the one dude that, decided to
Yeah.
buck the trend.
And you're going to let this one guy just put so much anguish and hate into your children
Yeah, who you love.
just because you want them to
Preach, brother.
prove to you that
That
they're
reminds me of the
it
other
makes
one.
no fucking
Dude,
sense.
that reminds me of the other one, the Carlin one. Do you remember the Carlin one? You'd know the Carlin one
yeah,
for sure.
I know I do, but
Yeah, okay, hang on. I'll see if I can find it. Like, by the way, that Bill Moore thing goes for a lot longer. It goes for like another 6 minutes. So you
I'll look
really
into it. I'll look into
watch it. Dude, George Carlin is the best. Hang on, George Carlin. God, hang on. I'll see which one comes up. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, check this out, man. This is gold. Wait.
Think about it. Religion has actually convinced people
yeah.
that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish, where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So if he loves you,
Yeah.
he'll just drop you down there anyway.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Yeah. I always used to say, like, you know what, man, we should probably make a point. Like, we're not coming off as atheists. We're not coming off as
No.
anything where, like, everyone is stupid and we're smart. Like, because, you know, we have the answers and we don't. But the reality is that you should be allowed to question everything. Like, you're fucking meant to question everything.
We naturally do.
Yeah, as humans, we're inquisitive and curious people.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, and if we didn't question everything, then, man, we wouldn't have any of what we have. We wouldn't have this building.
Yeah.
We'd still be living, like, under trees, in caves.
Yeah.
But, you know, were we born with that? Shouldn't we be born, technically, with all that ability?
Yeah.
Anyway, shouldn't we have, like, the future at the start of creation as opposed to having us develop it slowly?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes no fucking sense. And what gets me is, I think, like, I have to respect someone's right to free opinion, free worship,
Absolutely, yeah.
whatever. But I don't have to respect what they actually worship or what they believe or what they do. And that goes, that's just his religion, man. That's like smoke. Like, dude, smoking, man.
Yeah.
He wants to have a smoke. Let him have a fucking smoke. I don't care. Good luck to you, right? But it doesn't mean I have to fucking embrace it.
No.
Like, oh yeah, breathe some into me.
Yeah.
If I have a kid around me and I tell you, dude, go have a smoke
Absolutely.
outside because I don't want you smoking in front of my kids, I have the right to do that. You can't say to me, oh yeah, fuck you. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's like, you're a dickhead. Just because you're an idiot doesn't mean that
Yeah.
we all have to suffer.
Yep.
I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to come across as preachy. Like,
I agree with you, dude. It's just, to me, that's just doesn't
make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
yeah. And I feel like we deserve some clarity. You know, some clarity. And blind faith, like, no.
Yeah.
Dude,
Father, if you are there, just a little sign. Just anything.
do you know what the sign's going to be? I'm going to drive home, going to cop 2 flat tyres on Westwood Road.
Cop that cunt.
My credit card, I just got paid today, so I topped up a bit of money on my credit card. I'll go to call, like, someone for, like, a battery replacement. It'll be on zero, minus 80, you know what I mean? Because a bill came through I wasn't expecting. There's my sign. There's my...
Johnny, you should start a cult.
I may. I just
Hey,
may.
come on. We've loosened you up now, so we've got to hear about this.
I don't want to do it now.
Come on!
I'm not in the right headspace to do it
What do
right
you need?
now.
Drugs? Booze? What do you need?
Give us a snippet.
Break me off a line of that coke and I might listen.
Dude,
Just sitting there racking
if I
up
had
lines.
coke, do you think I'd be sitting here talking to you dickheads on the eve of a public holiday? I'd be out selling. Making
Give
money.
us a snippet. A taste.
Yeah, come on, people have asked.
People have actually asked
People
me.
have asked me. They said, what's the
Because you
deal?
brought it up. They're like, oh, what's happened with Johnny?
Do you realise that? Of all the little gems that you drop, both of yous, you drop little gems and then people ask me, oh, what's the deal with blah, blah, blah? I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, they mentioned this. People pay attention to what we say.
So,
And I'm not saying,
gonna say is-
I'm not saying a lot of people pay attention to what we say, but I'm saying the few people that pay attention to what we say
actually ask questions.
actually ask questions, man.
So, ladies and
So
gentlemen.
spill the beans, motherfucker.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you,
No,
Mr.
no,
Preacher.
no. Don't put me
The
out of the
floor is
spotlight.
yours.
Don't put me out of the spotlight like that. I don't know, man. It's like it's a big thing with me. Like, I think a lot of my issues and shit stem from my religious meddlings.
upbringing?
Yeah, in a way.
What were you raised? Like like umbrella? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing, I'm asking. It's a question.
I don't know. That's what I don't really want to say just
You a
right
Mormon?
now. No, I'm not a Mormon. No.
No, we know who you
Seventh-day
are right.
Adventist, like-
We know who you are right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens when you were young
Dude.
doesn't really matter. I could have been brought up a Buddhist.
Look, I'm like open with everything, and like
That's so open.
no, I am. Like I tell you guys shit.
Hi, Johnny.
Like
Yeah.
Who's that?
but this one thing, it's like I don't know, man. I just I'll just say that I did have some sort of religious upbringing, and
Yeah.
it's sort of just,
It affected the way you
Yeah, but you know
affected
what? I don't buy that.
and it still affects me today. Like,
I don't see it though. You're one of the most well-adjusted, well-rounded
Down to
people.
earth.
Yeah, normal people. That's why we're doing this podcast. No, like seriously.
yeah, okay,
I like think about it like that. Because like, man, like, look, I wasn't raised religious, right? Because like my dad has no beliefs, and my mum, she likes more the cultural aspect of what Greek Orthodox is. Yeah, like all the traditions and shit revolving. And you know what, man? Like, okay, I'm not religious, yeah, but I actually like the Greek Orthodox wedding ceremony. Like the whole,
Yeah.
just the whole cultural cultural aspect. Like, it's weird for me going to a wedding that doesn't have that. Or like, even like his wedding had religious, tradition to it. It was a hybrid of two traditions, but it was cool. Like, it adds flavour to something, you know what I mean?
It wasn't just getting up there, blah, blah, blah.
Like, that's cool, right? And I look forward to seeing that sort of shit, yeah?
Yeah.
Man, I grew up, like, going to, when I would go to Greek school or whatever, we always had to go to, like, the affiliated church, like, to every Greek school. There was an affiliated church. You know what I mean? No, I'm serious. Corporate sponsorship by.
Sponsored by Nickers Cakes.
Yeah. They better not find you, like, at another church, because then, like, they question that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, man, I grew up with all that crap. Man, like, we grew up on completely...
I was an altar boy, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. They made me be an altar boy.
No.
Yeah.
How old were you? This is news to me, man.
I was like 9.
Just this
10?
sweet little voice, like,
Oh,
You know,
do you
like-
remember Homer? It's Christmas, boy!
don't they have like eunuchs where they cut their balls off to make them keep that high tone voice? Yeah.
Castrato, dude. Do you know what castrato is? Castrato.
Yeah. Snip it off.
Yeah, they had the theory that if they cut off balls, they wouldn't their
You'd
voices.
maintain
They
a
wouldn't have
high-pitched
I'm
voice,
going to ease the pressure on you. I was an altar boy, right? Got made to be one, even though I didn't want to. I didn't really understand it. When you're a kid, you get exposed to exactly what your family, that's just what it is. It's like
That's what it is. You don't question
And I was
it.
an altar boy for like 3-4 years, man.
Are you joking?
Yeah, man.
I'm just
Saint Nicholas.
yeah, bad man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and then I just turned and haven't been back to church since.
You heard Metallica once and it was all over.
Yeah, Metallica, that Master of Puppets. That was it. Ride the lightning. Fuck yes, I'm home. Yeah. But yeah, man, like, I grew up in a church, pretty much. Didn't affect me. Look at me, man. I got tats. I sweat like a sailor. Thank you, fuck.
Dude, have you seen the film clip The Scorched Earth Erotica by Cradle of Filth?
No, I haven't.
Love
Okay.
it.
Dude,
I've read some Cradle of Filth lyrics though.
oh, the best. We've discussed it before.
Yeah.
Dark.
Dude, Scorched Earth Erotica was my favourite song by Cradle of Filth. It was the first film clip I ever saw by him as well. And I downloaded this on like the Kazaa days. Remember Kazaa?
Kazaa?
Yeah.
Dude, it was downloading for like 3 weeks or something. And then 2, 3 in the morning, I'm about to go to bed and just like, bing!
Like,
100%. I'm like, oh! So I loaded it up, yeah.
What was the other one? Napster.
Yeah, it was heaps. Audio Galaxy, Napster, Kazaa, LimeWire.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was hooked. Check this out, yeah? You'll die. Shut up. God, I hate these ads. There's a couple versions of this song, man. Like, dude, I used to listen. This was like my favourite thing, man.
Danny Filth's a nut.
Dude. Look at this. This is the best. I love this, man. This is the best.
Do you reckon these guys all had a religious upbringing and they just
mate.
became jaded afterwards?
Yes.
Check this out. This is gold. What a lunatic. Seriously.
That's crazy. Creepy but crazy.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal, man. But, yeah. Dude, we're balanced
I just gave
individuals.
you everything, like, I grew up in...
I had no idea.
Yeah, man. I have to wear the freaking robe. You know when they go out and they make you stand there with like a candle or something and they make you do all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I did all that kind of stuff.
Saint Nick.
Maybe that's why I turned Metallica tats and everything just rebelled.
That's really weird. No, God.
Yeah.
Man, that is
You
news
know?
to me. So when did you give it up? Like,
You didn't know that. That's
start
bizarre.
of high school?
Probably start of high school.
So if you started at 9, 10,
But it was about 8 or 9. 8 or 9. So probably up to 11, I think. 12.
so literally high school.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's why.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no, man. That's news to me.
Well, there you go, Johnny.
Dude, you gotta open up. Come on, let's hear it. Dude, people
Like,
have
you would
asked.
not... He didn't even know that about
I
me.
did not know about that, man.
So I've just spilled my beans.
Do it. You gotta do it. I gotta say as well, man, at this guy's house the other day, right, his mum and his mother-in-law were both asking questions about the podcast. I'm like, you actually listen to it? Like, I freaked.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, dude,
No, because my
your
mother-in-law
parents like know anything about it?
My parents know I do. I don't think
They haven't heard anything?
No.
Dude, my mother-in-law comes to me, she's like, when's the next podcast out?
Yeah, she was asking me questions.
And my
Dude, his mother-in-law. That's the one thing like we bond over. She's asked me questions
That's
about.
mad.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
She's asked me questions about you. I'm like,
Yeah, you
what?
got fans.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so it's what
I
you beans.
trip. It's like like
talk, bitch.
my mum, like my mum's hasn't got a smartphone or anything like that. Like she's not, into IT or whatever. But I've played her outtakes and just excerpts, snippets and stuff. Or anytime like I speak to her after we've done one, she's like, what'd you guys talk about? So I'll tell her, and I might play something back if I've got it. That's what I was going to ask you. If your parents like listen to anything or anyone?
Like my sister and stuff, but not my parents, no.
Yeah.
I don't think so anyway. Unless they're just secretly listening.
Yeah, maybe they're just waiting for Christmas lunch just to turn around and say, Jonathan,
They pull out the Christmas ham.
we have to have a talk.
And then you just need the check. Sit down, Johnny.
Front door gets like locked.
Johnny's like, what is it? This is an intervention.
We're very concerned. Who are these people you're hanging out with after dark? Us! We haven't done anything.
Interrupting you.
Nah, come on. You got to drop it now. People have waited too long.
What are you worried about saying? The actual religion?
I don't know, man, because I was in it, and then like,
What?
I was deep in it. Nah. So my parents were kind of like in it, but then they had friends that were like right into it.
Yeah.
So then we became more involved in it because of them.
Okay, yeah. That makes
How old were
sense.
you?
The group. There was the group. Like you had
Okay, so your family's social circle was sort of involved in whatever religious group you're talking about. So what's the bigger thing? Just whatever the religious faction is?
Yeah, I got real
Why?
issues with it. I don't know, man. I got mental issues with it. It fucked me up.
But you're well adjusted. That's the point.
Am I?
No, you are.
honestly, man,
Dude, man, you're one of the few people in a given week that I will make time to see, like, every week, to sit down and have a chat for, like, fucking 4 hours. I don't see my mum for that long, man.
But I think my whole, like, crazy conspiracy, nutty,
Yeah.
all stems from this, and my quest to, like, find some kind of, like, truth or sense in the world stems from this.
They all Illuminati. They are Masons! And the secret is read its ugly head. Okay, listen, if you want, don't start introducing your brethren robes and, goat heads and shit here.
No, but like,
Luciferians!
he goes home and spills the blood of Christ.
Gets in his car doing a mini ritual.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
What's up about that?
So what's so bad about that?
Oh, dude, it's fucked up.
I know, but like, we know people.
I know J
What do
Dubs,
you mean?
man. What's the big deal?
Friend of ours. We've grown
A
up
few
together.
friends, man.
Yeah.
Are you nuts?
I don't
Dude,
know, man. It scarred me.
You know what the thing about J Dubs is, man?
J-Dubs.
They're some of the most progressive. Well, it's
Thinkers.
one of the most progressive religions, man, where they openly accept anyone. Dude, with Greeks,
It's also really messed up.
do you want to hear some shit, man, about Greeks? They will find ways to skew the word in order to not allow, like, they'll find it, they'll angle the fucking scripture to fulfill whatever bigoted opinion they have, whether they're against blacks, against Turks,
They'll make you
against
feel bad.
gays, whatever it is, they'll find a way to wrangle a false meaning out of the scripture just to fulfill their stupid agenda. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you want to talk about fucked up. J Dubs a guy I respect, man. They're not like that.
Because we've had
but
friends.
You haven't, like, been in there, like,
No.
the judgmentalness.
No, of course
Yeah, but
not.
that's across the board. You want judgmental? Go talk to the Catholics.
So how would take
No,
you aside?
no birthdays.
I know.
No birthdays, no Christmas.
Yeah.
Very bland. Say it's bland.
Very bland.
Yeah.
And they have a memorial once a year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I know.
You go there, they pass around the wine and the bread.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're passing around Christ's body, and
Yeah.
Standard, man, in most
We do that,
Christian-based
but
stuff.
they have the anointed, right?
Yeah.
Who are going to go to heaven with God,
Yeah.
right?
Here's the bombshell. Like the...
No.
Hey, do it, hey, tonight on Inside Story.
And all the anointed, right?
Can I just say, Johnny, were you ever the anointed?
Well, that's my point.
Okay.
To be anointed, all you need to do is say that you have had a vision from God.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's that deep. Like it's actually
God spoke to me, I'm now anointed.
okay. So it's that kind of deep.
Sorry, but it's time. Dude.
Tonight's episode, we speak to Bobby Preacher, a runaway of the Jehovah's Witness faith. He gives us the background.
What went on inside? This show used to creep me the fuck out. By the way.
Dude.
But that's pretty deep. That's like, yeah. 'Cause I don't know the full. I don't know, obviously, the full thing, but
But I went balls deep into it, man. Like,
How old are you?
when you
Well,
started
like-
recognizing the actual religion,
so like early teens is when I started like sort of learning it. But then
Wait, were you converts or were you born into J-Dub?
not converted.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's another common thing, man.
yeah,
So, like, but I got right into it, man. Like, I sort of fell hook, line, and sinker for it because I was so many people around me telling me this is the right way, and I just full bought it, man. I had no other
but if
exposure.
you're in that environment,
Hang on. Exactly like what he was about to say, right? You're in that environment, but this is the point that I really want to clarify, yeah? I'm not passing judgment on anyone's faith, whatever the hell it is. Like, and I'm not going to say, oh, you're a fucking idiot. You think you're a Taoist or you're a dumb cunt, you're a Buddhist. Like, nah. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I ever do. Right? If your faith makes you become a better person, you know, that's more power to you. We need more people like that. What pisses me off, this is the decisive, like, divisive line, right? I'm trying to, like, draw here. What shits me is when someone of extreme faith tells you you're a piece of shit because you don't follow the same faith. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like, you're fucked, you're a piece of shit.
you can believe in whatever you want.
Believe whatever you want. But if it makes you, it changes you to become a prejudiced bigot, you know, sociopath, you know, borderlining, like, dude, I know so many people, man, and like, and they're the Greek, like, dude, blind Greek Orthodox idiots, man. Man, I had one idiot go to court, yeah, over some car thing, I can't remember what it was, right, some offence, and he swore in court on, like, a Catholic Bible, and then he turned around at the end, and he said to me, oh, dude, it was a Catholic Bible, like, I give a shit. Like, you're a dickhead, it's still a Bible.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're Greek Orthodox, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't get it in his head that, like, there was, dude, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Alright? So with me, it's like, man, you can have what, if your faith helps you become a better person, you know, to those around you, go nuts. Go fucking nuts. What pisses me off is when your idea of yourself becomes so fucking, elevated. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have like what's the word I'm looking for, man?
Yeah.
Like you're holier than thou, man. Like you're just,
Good Metallica song. Sorry, it is holier than
we'll
thou.
use it as the outro for this episode. Okay, the floor is yours.
Part 2.
What am I saying?
What am I saying?
Welcome to the extraordinary.
The extraordinary. You're that guy's gay.
What?
That guy, the extraordinary.
Really?
Yeah, I keep forgetting his name. I should remember it because I reference him all the time. He's actually gay.
That was a cool show.
Yeah, man, it's the best. Anyway, yeah, you were just talking about
Sorry, Jenny.
being in the circle of J-Dub and
Yeah, so
like,
I think
all that
that's,
sort of shit.
it fucked me up so bad, man, because like it was just like this brainwashing of this is how shit is, and then when I realised that isn't how it is, like I've just
You realise essentially that is the same play-by-play textbook, like strategy of every major religion, right?
yeah. JWs believe that the Earth will be remade new again.
Yeah.
So when you come back to Earth. You don't go to heaven unless you're anointed.
So if you're anointed, you go up to heaven.
Yep.
If you're not anointed, you stay on Earth.
You stay on
just
Earth.
come back
You get
because-
resurrected, and God's going to make the Earth new again
So then what's the bad?
without pain and suffering.
So what's the bad?
What do you mean?
What's the bad about being on an Earth that's been reborn?
Oh, there's nothing bad about that.
Okay, so
that'd
what
be-
difference does it make?
That'd be cool if it was nice. And,
But
no, I'm just saying some of their beliefs. Like,
oh, okay.
yeah.
No, look, I've looked into the J-Dubs a bit at some depth, right? But yeah, like I said, man.
Because I looked further into it, and it was started by this guy, Charles Taz Russell, who was like a Freemason. Right? I know, right?
Okay.
But yeah, like, because I got so into it. This is kind of like therapy for me now, man. I've never spoken to anyone about
That's
this.
good, man.
Good,
Get it
man.
out.
Get it out.
Dude,
So I sort of got into it, right? I got to the point where I was going to like speak and shit, like on stage.
Oh, you, as in like at the assemblies?
Not just at the hall or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, just like two times a week you'd go,
Yeah, the assemblies.
right?
Yeah. Dude,
So
I do actually know like a bit about it. Because I'm not just like, oh, well,
yeah, I got to the point where I was gonna like, I actually did stand up and.
So wait, hang on. Would your parents be like elders? Did your man become an elder?
Nah.
I say it's not that far along.
Nah, there's elders. There's like, I think 5 elders per hall.
Yeah, that's. I'm just asking.
Yeah,
like,
then you've got pioneers underneath that.
How far up the chain you've gone?
No,
That's
no. My dad was an elder. Women pretty much don't have, can't grow at all. They can give a talk, like 2 of them on the stage at once. They've got no say. They don't have any authority or anything. Incidentally, the elder of my hall was like super rich. Like tennis courts, pools and shit, but whatever. Like, yeah.
Barbecues on Sundays.
Yeah, so I got to the point where I was up there teaching people shit, right?
Yeah. You were the preacher. You were the preacher.
I was Bobby Preacher.
The circle of life.
Tune in next week.
When I started actually thinking for myself,
okay, hang on. How old were you at this point? I
so jaded and just.
How old were you? How old were you at this point?
When you were actually doing some teaching, like as in talking and stuff.
15-ish.
Oh, so you were young.
Well, look, man, it's young, but it's not that young. At 15, you're making decisions for yourself. You're in high school.
But it wasn't really. Like, it was just drummed into me. Like,
because it was in that environment.
Okay, so you were following protocol. You weren't.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were trying to do right by whoever was saying it was right.
I just believed it, man. Like, I believed it. Like,
okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Dude, but that's what I'm saying, man. There's nothing wrong with having faith in something as long as it makes you become a better person. It's just when you start doing fucked up shit and being prejudiced and racist and, homophobic and all the other bad shit, when you start raising wars just based on religion, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like that sick freak, what's his name, in the Philippines, who's got 2 kids in Melbourne, but he's mutilating kids as young as 5 and putting them on the internet and selling the footage. Do you reckon he had a religious background? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he would have been, like, I'm assuming, I'm not going to assume, but I'm just saying he may have had a fucking religious background. Dude, the systematic, like Bill Moore said before, the systematic fucking of children through the Catholic Church, man, like the spotlight. Yeah? Every time, like, a priest would get drummed up for being a kiddie fiddler, they just ship him off to another fucking convent. Like, yeah, cool. Just give him okay. He's tired. We'll give him, take 12 months off, funded holiday, then ship him off somewhere else down the road.
Yeah.
And that's all under the guise of Catholicism.
Can I give you 8 people, famous people that were Jehovah's Witnesses?
I can name a few, man. Michael Jackson, Prince. George Benson.
All right. Serena Williams.
Yeah.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
Jerry Hall. Halliwell. Jerry Halliwell.
Jerry Halliwell.
She was Spice Bitch. Terrence Howard.
Oh, the actor.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
And this is going to blow your mind.
He's got that really throaty voice.
Sorry, Michelle Rodriguez. But this is one I did not expect. Notorious B.I.G., man.
Biggie. Biggie was a J-Dub.
This is what I don't get, right?
All his opening lyrics were about selling drugs in Queens.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
It was all a dream.
But like you said, like, because you were young, maybe he copped that when he was young as well, like, as in he was brought up in that environment.
Yeah, but dude, Michael Jackson and Prince both converted to Jehovah. That's why Prince couldn't perform songs like Cream and like Erotic City and shit, because they're just overtly sexual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, faith is faith, like Muslims, don't drink, are not meant to drink alcohol. Jews don't eat pork. Yeah, cool, alright. I fucking love pork. But I'm not going to say, the Jewish cunt's an idiot because he doesn't eat pork. Like, yeah, cool, man. You do whatever you have to do. I don't give a fuck. It's your way of life. As long as you're not a cunt to me just because of our religious differences, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
That's where my thing is. You know what I mean?
So I'm more inclined to tell a Collingwood supporter to get fucked.
Exactly!
Because that's just...
Yeah, right, you're a fucking idiot. Dude, you could be... you could be a bisexual Taoist. You know what I mean?
Like vegan.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have a problem with it. But, if you got a poster of Dane Swan, like, on your wall, get the fuck out of my house. Don't come near don't come near my family. Get out!
Sorry, man, as you were saying.
But, like, yeah, it was something I was always ashamed of.
Ashamed?
Because I had my friends, like, at school or whatever.
Did they know?
No.
I'd be more ashamed about your pampering Sundays than...
It was something that I always kept secret.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So...
But what made you feel ashamed of it? Is it because of what people were saying around you? Or it never...
Was it just the gully?
Because I already had my friends.
It was the gully.
Was it the gully? No, because, dude, like, J-Dubs aren't a big deal in this area.
No, you're around here, no.
Nah, there's assembly hall just down the road. There's another one up that way. Like, I know where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I already had my friends and whatever.
Yeah.
They were so not religious.
So you just didn't bring it up and just thought...
See, he needed to grow up in Clayton, man. It was the most, multicultural fucking suburb in Australia. You wouldn't have given two dicks about it. Probably still be a J-Dub now.
Yeah. But what made you not want to be part of it anymore? Like, are you part...
Wow.
Like,
This is a whole other story.
that's all right.
Something happened inside there that...
Yeah. You don't have to tell us, but just...
Oh, you mean there was an incident within the actual assembly?
Yeah, involving me.
Oh. You punched someone out.
So, do you want to hear the story?
Oh, yeah, fuck.
I might... I don't know, it's a long time ago. So
That's all right, man. Just whatever you
Okay, hang on. So you're still 15, 16?
So this is a bit later on. Probably like 18.
Okay, can I ask you a question? After you finished high school, you said that you went to work at like JB or something, yeah?
Yeah.
Was this going on during that period?
Was it around the same time?
Okay, I'm just, dude, like I said, I'm trying to fill in gaps here because
Get a
I know a
picture.
bit about you, but I don't know that much.
So
going that
18,
far.
I'm starting to sort of like think for myself a bit
Yeah.
more. Like I'm an
Question
adult now,
things.
like questioning things more. Anyway, oh god, I can't believe I've done this story. It's such a long story as well, but I'll try and just break it down as much as I can.
Have you heard the shit we rabble on about, man?
So there was this couple, right? There was a couple.
You want to smoke? Let's dim the lights. I'm just, dude, you know what you need? Here, this is what you need. Hang on. I got this, boy. I got it. You ready? Hang on.
I can't believe I'm telling this story.
hang
Oh
on.
my god.
You know what? This is some good cleansing, though.
This is like my locked up
Hang on.
secret.
You ready?
Man, no one knew I was an altar boy. I didn't...
Continue.
You can't do it with the music.
It's too hard with the music.
Okay.
That's a good song though. So there was a girl, right? There was a couple.
Yeah.
A really well-to-do couple. The guy was...
Let's get the music on. Sorry, Johnny, go.
I'll stop it.
Down. So the guy of this couple... Should I give fake names or something?
Yeah,
fake
it's probably a good idea.
So Mark.
Yep.
Mark and Debbie. Oh no.
Those are great names. I'm sorry, but
True Aussie names, right?
Right. My name's Mark, and this is Debbie. Dude, those are great names. I love it.
So Mark, right? This is what just like
Blew your
this
mind.
this scenario just fucked my whole everything for me as far as like goodness in religion goes. So the guy Mark was a pioneer, which is like one step under being an elder. So they have a little bit to do within in the church. They organize shit. They take groups, like take Bible studies, home Bible studies. Like they have a bit more responsibility, right? Yeah. And they go
They're like two ICs.
They go two ICs. They go door knocking like a lot more than like pretty much throughout the whole week, like 5 days a week door knocking. Like,
That's their job.
Oh,
almost
they're
like their
witnessing
job.
like full time.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know anyone that witnesses full time. Everyone that I've ever known who witnesses
Part-time.
is like 1 day a week, 2 days a week. Assembly like once or twice a week.
Yeah. So he was this really well-to-do guy, right? Had a wife. She was pregnant. But then they had another girl that used to live with them, right?
Okay.
I'll give her a fake name as well. Say Jess.
Okay, that
Right.
works for me.
And she was like the same age as me, so we're both like 18 or whatever.
Okay.
Oh my god. So, and a few of the guys liked her, right?
Within the assembly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have sex before marriage,
Oh, yeah, no.
right? So you got to
Yeah.
you got to court. You have to have like take chaperones with you and shit if you're dating someone. A lot of the guys liked her. They're all like talking to her and that. But I was always just like she was absolutely gorgeous, like stunning, and like super like good church girl, like
the
like
white.
the Reverend Lovejoy's daughter, like that type, right?
She was a...
She was a harlot.
Yeah, okay, but inside the wall, she was the perfect little daughter, right?
Yeah.
So she was like that. And all these guys were like doting over her, and I was the kind of guy who was like, I'm not going to go and try and like fight for her attention. I'm just going to sit back and just ignore the bitch, like whatever, right?
Dude, you're cool, man.
I'm cool, right?
Just
So then,
Johnny be good, man.
and so yeah, I just ignored her for ages, right? Like we just like look over at each other and shit every now and then. But I just kept ignoring.
Spark a smoke because this is gonna be.
I want to smoke.
Look how I'm sitting. Look how I'm sitting.
His body language right now,
Just hanging on every word.
It's just, tell me more.
Literally, I'm literally.
Smoke, and he's turned his body to face him.
So one night,
You're a dickhead.
a bunch of like.
No, I'm not trying to throw you off now. He's being a dumb cunt.
No, I need some humour in this because this is
I'm interested, though.
this is big for me, dude. Like,
Yeah, no.
This is the first time I've mentioned this since it happened.
I appreciate what you're doing. I'm just saying this guy's making me laugh because he's turned his
Yeah, but
body.
I'm
he's
actually
all
really
quiet.
interested.
It's like, he's getting more.
It's just giving it a peep out of me, like
Yeah, I know. Just quiet. I don't even have to add like a limiter or anything to the noise gate.
No.
He's just silent. Let me just smoke the smoke.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Like you can tell.
All right, go.
All right,
go.
Johnny, it's yours.
Sorry.
So you
Dude,
got
I'm not trying to throw you off, man.
You
Like,
got a well-to-do couple. They're looking after a girl who
That's Mark and Debbie and Jess.
she had family issues. This girl, right, Jess?
okay.
Her parents were like they were also in it, but they went to a different hall.
Yeah.
So she kind of was living with them. They took her under their wing, and they had her like living with her.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, just keep it like Kara, like that was-
Caring
yeah,
for her.
Yeah.
She was absolutely gorgeous, man. So fucking stunning. Oh my god. Anyway, just bringing back memories. So I just ignored her.
It's the spank bang.
I just played. I played the full cool card. Like whatever. I'm not talking to this bitch. Like everyone likes her. She's not going to like me. Whatever. Blah. I'm just going to ignore her. So there was like an arrangement one night where a bunch of us went out. Like it's a group of like probably like 10 of us, 15 of us. It was actually in Ruby's in Belgrave.
I remember
the
Ruby's.
pool hall?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember Ruby's, man.
Yeah, and we're all just sitting around, and everyone kind of went off into their own things, doing their own things. And she just came walking over to me, and she sat down next to me, and she's like, "I think you should drive me home tonight." I'm like, okay. So then the night went on. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, what's going to happen? Rah, rah.
Dude.
So end of the night came. We all went back to where the cars were and that. And she made up some excuse, like, because you're not supposed to be alone. You're not supposed to be alone, like just two people, like within church.
Okay, yeah.
So everyone went their own separate ways. And then somehow she wrangled it where she told people some story where she needed me to take her somewhere. And that's how we got alone or whatever. I can't remember how it went down, but we ended up being alone and I was driving. And she's like, where do you want to go? I'm like, I'm taking you home, I know. And she's like, no, we'll go for a drive up in the hills or something. I'm like, all right.
Okay.
So went for a drive in the hills or whatever. Ended up banging her.
Good man.
Right, it was like amazing. Fucking sat there listening to music all night. It was like just the craziest thing ever. Loved each other's company.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
This is a little moment for Johnny.
Okay.
But yeah, this chick blew my mind, man. Like, it was my first real love, like, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I was absolutely besotted with this girl. Like, just...
Infatuated.
She had the most gorgeous face, just this cool personality. Like, we're so similar in so many ways. So we'd secretly meet up. Like, then it was just this thing. We'd meet, and we'd have, like, this secret meeting, like...
Yeah, one of those unbridled, like, summer love things.
And it was always in different areas. And then it got to this, like... It just kept going on for a while, and then she started acting really weird, and she's saying, like, there's shit you don't know about me, like, I need to tell you shit, like, you don't understand how fucked up my mind is. I'm like, don't worry, my mind's fucked up too, it's cool, you can tell me anything. She's like, this is next level, like, I can't tell you, like, I've done some fucked up shit, I'm involved in some serious shit, like, you probably don't want to mess with me anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I like you heaps, I want to be with you,
Yeah.
This is kind of where it gets blurry, like what steps happen next. So I'll just cut to the chase of what actually came out. So she got worse and worse. It ended up like she was crying to me and shit, like when we'd meet up and stuff. And I was like, what's going on? Like, tell me. And then whatever happened, I can't remember. But then my parents ended up sitting down with me. They're like, John, we need to tell you something. Because they knew that I was kind of seeing her.
Yeah.
And like, they kind of weren't alright with it, but they were like, they knew I liked her heaps. So they're like, it's cool, whatever. So I got home one day, they're like, John, we need to tell you something.
I always pictured your parents as like hippies. Not hippies, but pretty like progressive.
No, they were cool. Like, I shouldn't have said they were cool about it, but they just wanted to tell me personally what happened.
Oh, okay.
They're like, John, we need to tell you something because we know that you really like this girl, and we know you've been seeing her, you shouldn't have been, whatever. She goes, something's happened with her. I'm like, what? She goes, and my parents like, the whole assembly's in turmoil at the moment because this shit's come out.
Wow.
Right?
You threw the spanner in the works.
No. This is the thing, right? I ended up being shattered and crying because I found out that she had been sleeping with Mark, the husband, since she was like 15 years old, dude.
Holy shit.
Fuck,
And they just
man.
threw you out. Like, that was just like...
Man, yeah, that like, fuck, 18.
Like, dude, I was a fucking mess. Like, because I put so much faith in it, like, I enjoyed my outside friends, but inside, like, I was kind of in a good place. Like, everything was nice and happy, and
It's a positive environment.
that kind of just shattered everything for me. I was like, what?
Look.
How did this guy who is in a high stature in this hall, how is he? He's been fucking her since she was 15. He's like 40. Like, he was 40, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So he was 40, she was
How?
15.
We're getting into the territory of pedophilia.
He was 40, she was 15. He was banging her, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
their families were affiliated somehow for like a long time.
Of course they were.
That's...
And she was, the wife's pregnant, and he's still banging this chick, man.
Yeah.
And it came out. It actually came out.
And it was getting too much for her. That's why she was like going crazy. Like, but she couldn't tell me.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was just shattered, absolutely fucking devastated. And then they ended up running away together.
The husband and...
The husband and Jess, the chick I was seeing, ended up running away together. And they're still together now to this day. Left her with a baby, just gone.
Whoa.
And her seeing me kind of brought it all out.
Yeah.
Because she must have told him as well, because I got weird vibes from him. Like, I'd
Yeah,
turn up,
because once he found out, he would have been weird around you.
yeah, he was like, Jonathan, and just like glare at me. And I was
Okay,
like,
so-
hey, Mark, like, hey.
Yeah, what are you looking at? Yeah.
And it was just this... And another friend of mine, he always thought there was something weird about this guy. He always said it to me, he's like, something weird with him. I'm like, no, he's alright. He's like, no, there's something weird with this
No,
guy.
yeah, man.
And yeah, ended up running away, and I was just shattered for fucking weeks, dude. Like,
Yeah, no, that'd be fucked up.
not only because I lost like the love of my life, who I had all these crazy
Yeah,
times with,
that would
but,
totally skew like your perception of whatever
but
was
my perception
normal.
of all these good-hearted people, especially this family man, it's just all gone out the window.
Dude, closed doors, man. Close fucking doors.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like holier than no attitudes when I know like the backstory to a lot of people as well. I'll admit I've done some fucked up shit and I get called on it all the fucking time, man. And there's shit that we should probably never see the light of day, which I'm not what's it called? I'm not proud of. Do you know what I mean? Like there's heaps of shit, man. But that's the best part about all the, especially these fucking religious zealots that have these.
I was zealot as.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
No,
But,
I
dude,
can understand you, man. That would have blown your
yeah,
mind.
and man,
Forget it. Like,
you
it's-
need to take some comfort in the fact that that's not just that's
not just J-dubs.
that's not localized
No.
to the J Dubs up in the gully or the J Dubs. Yeah, that's fucking every major religion. That's every fucking social network. That's every social fragment. That's everywhere.
Dude, if you look at like just religious organizations and the elders or whatever you want to call them or whatever, in any religious, it's all a power trip.
Yeah, man.
It's all a power thing, mate. It's
They build themselves up to this fucking insane platform of whatever, and then it's like I can do whatever the fuck I want.
I love, right, how priests and stuff are driving around $100,000 Mercedes.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like, so is that where the church money's going? Not to help when poor families come to the church and say,
give
I
everything.
need help.
Yeah.
And they're like, sorry, we can't help you, but you're driving a $100,000 Merc.
Yeah.
The thing.
Well,
and,
the main elder, right? He was always up there preaching about how we need to put more money into it.
of course, because
Yeah.
This guy's fucking mansion in Listerfield, man. Swimming
they're
pools,
huge.
indoor swimming
Holy
pool, tennis
shit.
court.
There you go. That's the whole.
And that combined with this thing, with this overzealot guy doing this to like this young 15-year-old,
Yeah, it's
it just
mind-blowing.
fucking, I became so jaded with religion and everything, dude. And that fucked me from that point
Dude,
on. That's
there's-
when I started smoking weed, started getting into conspiracies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been the same ever since, dude. Like,
yeah, no, that would
that's
totally
me.
It was
warp
like,
you.
you know what it was? It was an awakening.
Yeah, man. There was a priest in
I feel better.
Was it
No, it's good,
Donny?
man.
There
That's
was
what's made you now.
There was a
That's what's
priest. There was a priest
made
in
you.
Donny or Tempe, a Greek dude, yeah. And one day he just got up at the sermon for whatever it was. And he said, "Look, I can't give the blessing or whatever today." And he just confessed this entire thing. He'd been like, he had like an extramarital affair. Like Greek priests can get married, yeah. He had like an extramarital affair. He wasn't the right person to be doing like giving the whatever blessing it is or the sermon. Hope everyone can forgive me. I need to deal with this. I need to step down. Blah blah blah. That was it. Man, fucking dudes like carry on this shit for fucking years, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, man. Well, this guy was banging this chick for 4 years.
Yeah.
She's living in his house. He's got a wife with a baby, and he's banging this.
But like I said, man, don't get it twisted. That's not localized to J Dubs. That's localized to fucking any association across the planet, man.
feel
It's got
better?
nothing to.
Yeah, I feel better.
That's just people. That's people being assholes and fucking up and doing fucked up shit. We all do fucked up shit. Like, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And I can see why you'd be totally like, why you'd be so skewed and like just thrown out of left field. Because if you're like 16 and you're like taking on this, like, oh, this is a good group.
But you
this
fall in
goodness,
love
this
with
is
a girl
goodness, yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And you think, man, she's cool.
But
Like,
that's what I'm
she's your
saying,
world
man.
in a way.
Like, dude, look
You know?
at Spotlight, yeah, because we both watched that movie, Spotlight, right? These abuse victims, they're all getting felt up by their priests. And they're too scared to say anything because it's their priest, and they're like, this guy's meant to be bigger than my parents. He's meant to be bigger than everyone.
They're not going to believe
Yeah,
me.
he's meant to be
blah,
God's
blah.
right-hand man. So why would he be doing something that's this bad to me? Obviously for some other reason. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's like, dude, that fucks up, sex crime victims and all that sort of shit. Keeps them fucked up for years. It always, like, the trauma's always there, man, especially if it's never dealt with.
And as far as you know, they're still together, Mark and Jez.
They are.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
What does that, where did his faith go after that?
Gone.
Yeah. Does he give a fuck? No, he's with whoever, the love of his life or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Poor Debbie.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, she was fucking
Poor
a
Debbie, man. Like,
mess.
That's like,
She was an absolute because she had no idea. Like,
and she'd treat this girl like her daughter.
that's what it was, man.
That's
It was
like
like their daughter.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
what was so
But dude,
fucked
that-
up.
like
about
I
it.
He
said,
took advantage of
Because
that.
I think they took her when she was like 14 or 13.
Okay, so he took advantage of that. He
took
knew what he was
advantage
doing,
of
mate.
that,
That's a power thing, mate. That's a
Yeah, but
power
that's what I'm
trip.
saying, man. That's not localized, man. That is fucking...
I just could not believe. I could not believe it when I heard it. That this guy would stay in there and act like holier than now and be doing that. Like, it just shattered me.
And preach to you guys.
To preach to us.
what
it just
you should be
shattered
doing.
Me. It just shattered me.
Yeah.
I became so jaded, and that's when my drug taking started, man. Like,
Yeah.
I started smoking weed. I started
And
doing
look at
harder
this guy,
drugs.
yeah? Does he have some debilitating virus? Is he been, like, brought down by, like, a sledge, the wrath
By the
of...
hand of-
Yeah, the hand of? Is he... No, he's probably just living, like, day to day, like he doesn't give a
Driving
fuck.
a freaking minivan.
Yeah. And then the question of his... where he's going to reside in the afterlife, that goes up in the air. It's like, oh, he'll get his come up. It's like, well, no, you don't know that. Because clearly he did something completely against the trust of an entire community, let alone just, one person.
Let down families.
Yeah, he completely sabotaged the trust and faith of 1,000 people or whatever.
Yeah, destroyed.
Dude, nothing happened to him. He lost a few friends.
Yep.
Made new friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he
Yep.
doesn't give a fuck.
Yep. And then there was another case as well, which just blew my mind. Like, the main elder's son was disfellowshipped, which means he did something wrong, which means no one's allowed to speak to him.
Really?
Even the parents aren't
Well,
allowed
like
to
outcasted.
Yeah, they get it. That's
Well-
one thing about, Jay does, man. They
disfellowshipped, and you can't have contact with anyone until they allow you to come back in.
Yeah. You basically have to serve a penance
You
and
have to,
then...
you have to, if you want to come to the hall, you have to sit right at the back away from everybody by yourself, and you have to leave, not speak to anybody. And
your parents, nothing?
And they see
Yeah,
you
you
doing,
didn't know that?
Nah.
And if they see you doing that enough, coming in on your own merit, not speaking to anyone,
try and get you
eventually they'll be like, okay, I think you've learnt your lesson, you can come back into the fold.
And this could be like what months? Could be
Years.
Could be years,
Depending on what you've done.
depending on how vigilant you are with coming and what you've done, whatever.
Holy shit!
But his son was disfellowshipped. He slept with some chick while he was married, or something. I can't remember, something like that. He was disfellowshipped. It was pretty bad. He continued to work for his dad, for his dad's company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was just looking at this shit, and I'm just like, what is
How does
going
that
on
make
here?
sense?
How is anything in here right?
The priest in Clayton, his son used to sell fireworks out the back of the fucking church
for
during
Easter and
Easter.
stuff.
He'd open his old man's boot and sell fireworks, crackers out of the back.
Mad cash money.
Yeah, the priest would be out the front of the church saying,
Preaching.
stay away, don't light firecrackers and flares, you're going to get us in
His son in the
trouble.
back selling
And
them
his-
car boot.
Yeah. That's not a joke. His son used to roll like he was, who used to roll, who was that badass, man? One of the movies. Like Ryan Philippe in Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
like you own the joint. Like, you can do whatever you wanted. Licensed to, grope. Licensed to, seriously. All the girls, so hot. Like, dude, he's a little dickweed.
Yeah.
He's the son of the priest. He's acting like a fucking idiot. Like,
He's the son of a preacher,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
son of a
yeah.
priest.
Dude, that's not even, man, take some comfort in that, man.
But I hope that helped you feel better a bit.
Yeah,
Like,
how do you
after.
feel?
I feel some weight off my shoulders.
Yeah, man.
No, it's good, man. Man.
But I mean, that's like
We're
my
not
whole
here to
thing with
judge.
religion, man. Like,
yeah.
that's just
No, I can totally understand how that would be hard for you. As in,
Yeah,
like,
man, that would totally
man,
fuck up.
that's-
That would warp everything.
Yeah, man.
Dude, especially like 17.
And when it all
You're a
came out,
teenager, man. Like, it's
and when it all came out, I was the spotlight of that whole fucking place, man. Like,
Yeah.
people coming over trying to talk to me, like, it was just fucked up, man. It was a fucked up time.
And then
Fuck
you just
off.
got out of there. Like it was.
And I was just like, fuck
Because you
y'all,
got to
I'm
remember,
out.
not only are they trying to cover your ass, right? Like, just make sure you don't go off the rails and kill someone, but they're covering their own backs as well.
It's for their interest.
It's damage control, and that's like with anything, man. It's like if anything ever happened to one of us at work, damage control. then grab us, put us in the back room, and have a good chat with us about what happened and what we're going to tell the cameras.
Little meeting and little.
Yeah, there'll be meetings held. But that, dude, like I've said it 1,000 times, man, we're not putting J-Dubs up on like under the blowtorch, because it's got nothing to do with that. This is just your experience with something growing up, and it goes across the board. Every organisation, everyone we work with, everywhere we go and we pray, all that sort of shit, man.
So it's fair to say you haven't been part of that organisation since?
From that point on, dude,
Yeah.
like, once I got out and I started, like, smoking weed and, like, started just, like, full thinking for myself, I just said to myself, never again will I go to a fucking organised religion. I'm just going to try and be a good person, and that's fucking enough for me.
Yeah.
It fucked me, like, as far as any of that shit goes.
But that's the point, man. It should be enough. Like, that's what pisses me off. People, like, have said to me, oh, you know, without commandments and shit like that, everyone would just run riot. It's like, no. I don't need commandments to tell me not to kill my neighbour. I don't need commandments to, like, not take his bike.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's in me, not to do that shit.
It's common
Like,
sense.
Exactly.
It's common sense. And that's what we're trying to preach here.
Dude, fucking Coney's trying to run a coup based on the Ten Commandments, and he's doing nothing but creating child soldiers and sex slaves.
And where's he now?
Yeah, exactly. That's gone by the Ten Commandments. Like, as in, yeah, we have to follow them, fundamentalists. Like, you cunts are fucked. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no balance, man.
That's why if anyone ever says to me, like, they ask me, like, you know, why are you so unreligious? That's why, like...
Yeah, because you saw something that didn't make sense.
Firsthand, like, all this bullshit. Like, it wasn't just that, there were other things.
Of course there is, man.
I saw so much shit and all the judgment, and I'm just like, I'd wipe my hands with it. I'm done. I'm just going to be a good person as much as I can. That's enough.
Man,
Were your, like, siblings involved fully into it as well? Like, your sis and all that?
Older sister, similar to me, kind of dabbled in it. No,
Yeah,
not
and then
for
there
me.
was, like, there. Yeah. That's all right. Far out.
what about your parents? Are they still, like, active?
Nah, mum isn't. I think dad is a little bit, but not really.
But nothing to what it was back then, yeah.
Is that all more or less around the same time as well? Like, it just started falling out? Like, the fallout was basically you're just sort of drifted off from it?
Yeah, I think they stayed a little bit more longer. Like, I was just done with it. Like, get me the fuck
They
out.
didn't question you on it, though, did they?
Oh, no. Like, they couldn't. I was an adult. I was
No,
just
but they were cool with it.
No,
like,
but they
okay.
didn't say, like, oh, but why? Like, you just said, no.
No, I just said straight up, I'm done. I'm not coming back. Done.
Well, if you're an adult, that's it. That you can't, like,
Yeah.
you got your own decisions
Yeah, I
and
just
own
said I'm done.
choices.
And they were fine with it, like, as in, like, yeah, shit. That's a fucked up story, man.
Now do you know why I'm so fucked up?
That escalated quickly.
Does that explain a lot for you, Demi?
It's just like, it's kind of rough.
That's taking the dirt track.
It's just like, well.
No, but as long as that made you feel better, though. Like,
I went a little bit off the rails afterwards, like, real.
No.
just
But I'm
going
saying, like,
party crazy.
now that you're saying it and you've said it, it's like,
Yeah, man.
in a way.
It's nice to say it again. I've never said, like,
No, but like, it's because you keep that shit inside, man, and that shit
That
eats you
festers,
up,
man.
That shit
even my
eats you
mates
up.
from back in the day that have been with me since then don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Why should they? You
Why should we?
You
Force
tell-
it out of it.
force it out of him.
Why should they?
He asked. Hey, he brought it up,
Yeah,
and
true.
people have asked, so it had to be said.
Yeah, it had to be because I can't just dodge it.
Dude, you're
I-
establishing, like, look,
and for some people, it might not sound like that big of a thing, but for me personally, it was a big
Yeah,
thing.
man.
but dude,
Like I know a lot of people would be like, "Oh, this happened, whatever." But for me personally, like it just did. It
You
hung
know what?
around and
The difference is no one else was there. You were there.
you were there. Man, people fall apart over the smallest shit all the time.
My French fries left.
Oh, man, you stupid shit.
No, I didn't get enough pickles in my burger.
Dude, the kid at fucking Safeway last week that was falling apart from the little gash that he had on his cuticle, man.
Oh, the kid that was serving you?
Yeah. I wanted to grab his face and throw it into a fuck, like,
Into a furnace.
his whole world collapsed, man. Oh, it's just so sharp. Like, do your job, scan my shit so I can get out of here.
It's up to the individual.
Dude,
It's just...
yeah. It's
But
not,
that's why I'm such the conspiracy nut. Like I spent 2 years of just getting high and watching conspiracies, trying to find some kind of sense in the world because I felt so shattered and so lied to.
so you,
I think-
you felt
like-
you felt just cheated, like lied. Yeah,
And it
cheated.
wasn't me consciously doing it like I need to find an answer now because I've lied to. I think just subconsciously it was me trying to find like answers to some sort of truth
Yeah.
because I'd been lied to.
Well,
I
if that
think.
was the only truth that you knew, then you needed to rectify it somehow. So you had to find something anywhere else. A lot of people do that, man. People go through like religious experiences, or find Buddha, or become gay. Like they do whatever they want, man. You read about it all the time. People like guys that are like, I know a guy, man, that he'd been with a partner for years, right? And this kid was always like the straight and narrow, like work, had like a corporate job. He lived up, his brothers were here in Melbourne, but he lived up north, yeah? He'd been with his missus from like early 20s, and he'd lived up north by himself, away from everyone, like just with her. It's all he knew. Had good corporate jobs, like all types of shit, man. Like straight and narrow, man. Then they broke up and his whole world was like shattered. Guy, man, turned to like Eastern religion, started like training and like changing his diet, started traveling, like just went 180, man.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
I think that's what you need, man. Like, seriously.
So honestly, man, like, you're normal. You're normal, so just relax.
Yeah, man.
You're fine, mate.
Yeah.
Believe me.
You're more normal than us, man. You got a kid, you managed to keep your sanity just by fucking working and...
You've got your own family and that's it.
Yeah. You're not fucking out there like, you know, stacking cars or robbing milk bars.
Dude, we know people that nothing's happened to them and they're fucked up.
Yeah, man. Dude, are you joking? How many times, man, me and this guy will go for a coffee and half the time it's just like us losing it because we've heard down like the grapevine that some idiot that we either went to school with or someone we knew has like ended up doing something stupid for no reason whatsoever, other than he's frustrated or he's upset. Oh, he's really upset. Dude, I know someone that's gone through like a marriage breakdown, and one thing that was pushing them to like this, pushing them to sort of keep it together was because their son was really upset. Go, your son's 25.
Do you know what I mean?
When I was 25, I quit my job and flew halfway across the world to live independently.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean?
25.
Oh, he's really
I was in
upset.
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
At 25.
Oh, he's really upset.
Here's a tissue. Hard on the fuck up.
Yeah, man.
Wipe your tears, little boy.
Yeah. Just shut up. You know?
Dude, just
Get
shut
on
the
with
fuck up.
it.
Work.
Get on with it.
Get on with your own life.
Get on with it. People I know that like carry so much shit. Man, like, two people I know. Look at us, man. I've literally went to the doctor today to get the second round of antibiotics, yeah?
They wouldn't
because
give you.
yeah, I had to fight to get these drugs.
Scrap for you.
Yeah. Right? Because it became a sinus infection, and the doctor's like, were you sick before this? I'm like, yeah. How long you been sick? I don't know, like 3 weeks. Dude, chest infection to throat infection to sinus infection, man. I'm like, people taking a week off work and shit, 2 weeks off work to deal with like what I had. Man, I had 14 hours off to get some sleep and went back to work the next day. Just because I had to.
Yeah.
Doesn't make anyone else fucking weak or whatever, but it's questionable because some people just piss and moan about the fucking small... In Greek, it's the paramikro, man. The absolute most minute, insignificant detail will flip their whole fucking world apart. So what the fuck's wrong with you? And then, like, I get people, man, that are like, oh, yeah, I want to have kids. Like, kids? Are you out of your mind? You don't make it home in time to watch Everybody Loves Raymond, then you lose your shit. What? Yeah. Like, that's worlds, like, colliding,
Like,
man.
it's 6:04. Oh, I missed that episode.
Yeah.
That's it.
Forget about it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People falling apart because I burnt my fucking, cupcakes or some shit. Like, what the fuck? You're meant to be having a kid?
Yeah, no.
Dude,
No
I
chance.
remember my ex back, like, in 2008, 7, like, back then, like, 2007 probably, man, like, somewhere there. I was in Phillip Island for the weekend, like, not for the weekend, for 2 days, doing, work, right? I was doing content writing for one of our mates, and we literally were just shacked up in his holiday house and just doors locked, blinds down, and we just had 2 laptops just banging out work, you know what I mean? I was on the way back, I was in the car on the way back, and I was still doing work. I was in the passenger seat, like, typing, and he's driving, like, dictating some stuff, and I'm just, like, trying to type. Ex calls me up, and she's like, she's, like, falling apart, yeah? I'm like, what's wrong? The lights in my car, the headlights are dead. Like, it was like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I'm like, okay, change them. I don't know how, blah, 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 blah. I'm fucked. I'm just in my head, I'm like, well, I told you only had 1 globe the last time I saw you. I told you to change them. You didn't. What do you mean to tell you? I was meant to go to my friends out in Narre Warren. Now I can't fucking do that. Okay, well, you live 2 seconds from a servo. Just drive the car to the fucking servo with no headlights. It's literally just around the corner. No one's going to pull you over.
Ask them.
Yeah, ask them to do it for you if you can't do it. Oh, no, like, just lost it. Then lost her shit at me. Like, lost her shit at me. And I'm like, hold the phone, man. I go, I'm on the South Gippy. I'm about an hour and a half away from Melbourne. I'm fucking doing work in the car, and I warned you about these fucking headlights like a week ago.
What do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, what do you want me to do? Why are you losing your shit at me like it's my fault? Call your fucking dad. Like, what do you want me to do? Catch a helicopter to make it back so you can get in the car in time to go to Narre Warren to your friend's house? Get out of your fucking mind.
Get your cab, man. Fuck.
Dude, and she was just about to embark on like a Europe trip for like 3 months. Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, okay, you want to go to Europe by yourself for like 3 months?
You can't
get out of your fucking driveway without losing your shit because of headlight globes? But that's a reality, man. That's a fucking reality.
I'm proud of you, Bobby.
Yeah, man. Dude, all the things you've said about your little girl, man, like raising her and all the little shit like that, man, where you're just hands-on, man, I fucking commend that, and I say it 100% every single time if anyone asks me about you. I'm like, man, you're doing the right thing, you're hands-on with your kid, you work to feed your family, like, that's awesome. Dude, I know people that have got kids got no fucking idea how to change a nappy, man. Guys that, like, don't know how to handle their kids, like, at all.
Telling their missus, like, oh, you handle him.
Yeah, you
like,
take him, you know, I don't know, he's crying. Like, that's what a kid does, man. A kid cries. Like, get over it. You know, roll up your sleeves and fucking do it.
Get dirty, get some hard working out.
Yeah, man. Dude, like, you have initiative, man. You still have initiative. Take that, man. Like, run with it. I don't know what to tell you.
Run!
I'm serious.